for food for the soul.
Hallelujah.
We start our day right by praising the Lord in gospel song. From the wee hours of the morning to 6:30 a.m. Early morning joy.
Make us one, Father, Spirit, Son.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines International Prayer Line presents The Oneness of God. Tune in on Nice Radio every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., where we expound on the Word of God. Tune in and be blessed.
We want to be just like you. Make us one, Father, Spirit, Son. We want to be just like you.
This is Kingdom Conquest, the international and apostolic voice of the Reverend Ronald Bailey, calling us back to the message and the mission of Jesus Christ, the apostles' doctrine, and the early church, calling everyone into the kingdom of the Almighty God.
The program Kingdom Conquest is being heard every first and third Monday, 8 to 9 p.m. on Nice Radio with Reverend Ron Bailey out of New York.
The Wailing Woman Ministry of SVG invites you to join us every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. right here on Nice Radio as we pray for the nation, churches, families, youths, elderly, and salvation of souls. For your prayer request, call 4565967 or 718-734-5615. For further information or prayer, the Wailing Woman Ministry can be contacted at 455-2166. That's 455-2166. It's the Wailing Woman Ministry SVG right here on Nice Radio every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Send your contributions to Wailing Woman St. Vincent, P.O. Box 1765, Kingstown, St. Vincent.
Morning joy. Time for food for the soul.
Hallelujah.
We start our day right by praising the Lord in gospel song. From the wee hours of the morning to 6:30 a.m. Early morning joy.
Don't cry. Oh no, no. Just remember that God is standing by. Hold on, yeah. When you have heartaches, don't cry. Oh no, oh no. Just remember that God is standing by. Sometime when your burden is down, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So don't you worry and don't cry. No, no. When you have troubles, don't cry. Oh no, oh no. Just remember that God is standing by. When your cup running over, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So don't you worry and don't cry. Oh Lord, yeah. Forget about your troubles. Forget about your pain. Yeah. Put your trust in the Father. Yeah. Oh Lord. God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there is no need to cry. No need to cry. Oh, God is standing by. Lord, I'm finding. So don't you worry and don't cry. Don't cry. Don't forget about your troubles and don't cry. No. Forget about your pain and don't cry. Just trust in the Father and don't cry. No, I don't shed. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. He's always there for me. Yeah, yeah. So no matter what the circumstances may be, no, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the sunshine or through the rain, through the pleasure or through the pain, God is always there for me. So I met this old man. He was so poor, didn't hold no bed, so we slept on the floor. He's always smiling, never heard him complain. He said I've proven God again and again. So no matter what the circumstances may be, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the sunshine or through the rain, through the pleasure or through the pain, God is always there for me. No matter what the circumstances may be, yeah. God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the good times or through the bad, through the happy times or through the sad, God is always there for me. The landlord wears the rent, school fee due, partner drop bombs, and the youth them need you. Friends all ask me what I'm gonna do. I smile and tell them that God will see me through. So no matter what the circumstances may be, yeah, God is always there for me. Yeah. Through the sunshine or through the rain, through the pleasure or through the pain, God is always there for me. So no matter what the circumstances may be, God is always there for me. Yeah. Happy times on Luther said, God is always there for me. I met this old man, he was so poor, he didn't hold no bed, so he slept on the floor. He's always smiling.
God is always there for me. It's 6:28 already. It's time for me to let you know where the reading's going to come from for this morning's Breakfast with God. It comes to you Mondays to Fridays. Dougie Freitas with you on your nice station, 2% radio, 98% love. The first reading is from Deuteronomy 34, 1 to 12. Deuteronomy 34, 1 to 12. The responsorial psalm is Psalm 66, verses 1 to 3, 5, 8, then 16 to 17. Psalm 66, 1 to 3, 5, and 8, then 16 to 17. The Hallelujah verse is from 2 Corinthians 5:19, 2 Corinthians 5:19. The Gospel is from Matthew 18, 15 to 20. Matthew 18, 15 to 20. Stay tuned to Nice.
We've got a good thing going on. My Jesus and I, we've got a good thing going on. Though Satan is on my track, but I never turn back. My Jesus and I, we've got a good thing going on. Daddy Jesus and I, we've got a good thing going on. My Jesus and I, we've got a good thing going on.
It's 6:30, my Jesus and I, we got a good thing going on. Well, it's a Breakfast with God time, a Wednesday of the 19th week in ordinary time in the church's calendar. Well, as you know, my father-in-law is in the hospital, and every day, I bring him up before the throne of grace and mercy so that we could get him stabilized and try and get him out of here. I pray God that would happen, so keep us in prayer. Also, a wonderful lady, a friend of Nice Radio from North Leeward, Cornice Mars. Cornice, you know, she's from Happy House. She went through a lot, lost a lot of family members over the years here, and she's a tower of strength. And morning, Cornice, and you know your family in England wants you to have a great birthday today. So I bring Cornice as a friend of Nice Radio, a woman of strength and substance, before the throne of grace and mercy also. I want to remind you and remind your family, you can find us on niceradio.info. That's the internet radio of Nice Radio. And soon, maybe one of these days, all we would be broadcasting on is internet radio. So get accustomed to it. niceradio.info. niceradio.info. You can find us there on niceradio.info. Flowbox 782. TuneIn Radio, Radio Garden, Radio Box, any other streaming platform. Starting in Deuteronomy 34, 1 to 12. Moses went up from the plains of Moab to Mount Nebo, the headland of Pisgah, which faces Jericho, and the Lord showed him all the land, Gilead, and as far as Dan and all Naphtali, the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, and the land of Judah as far as the western sea, the Negev, and the circuit of the Jordan, with the lowlands at Jericho, city of palms, and as far as Zoar. The Lord then said to him, "This is the land which I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that I would give to their descendants. I have let you feast your eyes upon it, but you shall not cross over." So there in the land of Moab, Moses, the servant of the Lord, died, as the Lord had said, and he was buried in the ravine opposite Beth Peor, the land of Moab. But to this day, no one knows the place of his burial. Moses was 120 years old when he died, yet his eyes were undimmed and his vigor unabated. For 30 days the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab till they had completed the period of grief and mourning for Moses. Now Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom, since Moses had laid his hands upon him. And so the children of Israel gave him their obedience thus carrying out the Lord's command to Moses. Since then, no prophet has arisen in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. He had no equal in all the signs and wonders the Lord sent him to perform in the land of Egypt against Pharaoh and all his servants and against all his land. And so the might and the terrifying power that Moses exhibited in the sight of all Israel. The response of our psalm is Psalm 66, verses 1 to 3, 5 and 8, and 16 to 17. And the response is, Blessed be God who filled my soul with fire. Blessed be God who filled my soul with fire. Shout joyfully to God, all the earth. Sing praise to the glory of his name. Proclaim his glorious praise. Say to God, how tremendous are your deeds. Blessed be God who filled my soul with fire. Come and see the works of God, his tremendous deeds among the children of Adam. Bless our God, you peoples, loudly sound his praise. Blessed be God who filled my soul with fire. Hear now, all you who fear God, while I declare what he has done for me. When I appealed to him in words, praise was on the tip of my tongue. Blessed be God who filled my soul with fire. Alleluia, alleluia. God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ and entreating us to the message of reconciliation. Alleluia, alleluia, from 2 Corinthians 5:19. The gospel is from Matthew 18, 15 to 20. It reads, Jesus said to his disciples, if your brother sin against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have won over your brother. If he does not listen, take one or two others along with you, so that every fact may be established on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, tell the church. If he refuses even to listen even to the church, then treat him as you would a Gentile or a tax collector. Amen, I say to you, whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. Again, amen, I say to you, if 2 of you agree on earth about anything for which they are to pray, it shall be granted to them by my heavenly Father. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. That is the word of God on Breakfast with God. We continue in a moment. Stay tuned.
On that great getting up morning, when the trumpet of God shall sound, I've got to carry somebody as I enter that gate. Even one soul me have to carry over in Beulah land. Even one soul me have to carry.
Even one soul me have to carry over in Beulah land. As we continue with Breakfast with God that comes to you Mondays to Fridays, I'm Dougie Freitas with you on your nice station, 2% radio, 98% love, national interactive, concern and enlightening. Where 2 or 3 gather together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. Matthew 18:20. An elderly woman is slowly losing touch with reality. She does not know that she is in her own apartment. And this makes her anxious. So her son kneels down beside her, holds her hand, and they pray. Her face relaxes, and she feels reassured. Together, they rejoice. Jesus is in their midst. You see, Jesus wants to reassure us with his presence. If you have to deal with somebody with dementia, or even when it's very, at the beginning, where they still are functional and everything, but sometimes forget, they get frustrated. But remember that Jesus is always there. He's always in the midst of us whenever we gather to pray together. It delights him. He sees his sons and daughters turn to him as one, united both in their devotion and their intention to seek him. And these prayers are powerful. Let me tell you this. We do not present breakfast with God as a joke. We don't present breakfast with God because we want to be popular. It's not a popularity contest. It is a means where all of us together, for those who listen and participate with Breakfast with God, are united as one. And he said, where two or three are gathered. We are gathered together over the airwaves, over the internet, in one when you participate in this program. And there are many other religious programs, genuine programs all over the world, over the air, over whatever mode. But these prayers are powerful. And as Jesus tells his disciples in today's gospel, if two of you agree on earth about anything for which you are to pray, it shall be granted to them by my heavenly Father. How do you gather to pray with someone else? Of course, you worship each week at Mass in your church services with your fellow parishioners. You may sit in adoration with others in the church. You may even lift up a specific need to the Lord during a family rosary time, prayer time. We all know and can trust that Jesus is with us in a special way whenever we gather like this. But there's another way we can gather in prayer, by simply offering to pray with someone else in a less formal setting. If you are not used to doing this, it might seem awkward at first, but people rarely refuse such prayers, For example, a coworker might confide in you that he or she is dealing with a family difficulty. You could tell her we could pray for her, but you could also offer to pray with her or him. Just a brief prayer asking the Lord to be with all of you can give them courage to face another day. In that short time, he or she may feel not only your love and care, but from the Father's love as well. The more open you are to praying with people, the more you will recognize opportunities. People might even begin to seek you out. In every situation, Jesus, who cares so much for his beloved people, will be right there with you always. So Jesus, open our eyes to those times when we can gather with someone to pray. So give thanks always. And that's Breakfast with God on Nice Radio. I'm Dougie the Freitas with you on your Nice station. 2% radio, 98% love, national, interactive, concern and enlightening. Stay close to Nice.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because it's given. Lord Jesus Christ, your Son. I beg you, give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because it's given. Jesus Christ is Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because it's
Dougie, I love getting up with you in the morning.
Dougie? Who's Dougie?
You know, Dougie the Freitas from Nice Radio.
Oh, okay then. Well, let's get up and get in gear.
Oh no, not before you give me that kiss on the back of my neck.
In Gear, our early morning show, brought to you Monday to Friday on Nice Radio by Douglas the Freitas. In Gear, Monday to Friday from 6:35 in the morning to 9 o'clock. 2.5 hours of early morning wake-up action. Don't miss it, Monday to Friday, In Gear on Nice Radio.
I want to tell you, don't rev it so hard so early in the morning. You're going to blow that engine. Be good, be kind, and be careful to your vehicle. If you want it to take care of you, you got to take care of it. Nice Radio for nice people. This is the In Gear Show on Nice Radio.
I passed by a brethren the other day. If you see he plays rat and cockroach racing, mosquito fighting one another for come knee in your ears, and the amount of woodlights I see, I had to wonder if them been in the wood with no attack and build the ark. I said, bye, call Flick.
For the eradication of pests, Flick is your answer. Before and after construction of your domestic and commercial buildings, Flick uses environmentally safe chemicals and keep washrooms fresh with the Aroma Odor Control and the FemCare Sanitary Disposal Systems. Call Flick Pest Control today at 457-1857 or click www.flickpestcontrol.com.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanpharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
A blessed good morning to those who are now joining us and those who have been with us from the wee hours of the morning. I want to thank you for being there, and remember, whatever you do or say today, whether you agree or you disagree vehemently on a matter of point, be it family, social, religious, or political, to do it in love, because love is God, love is of God, love conquers all. I want you to have a nice day today, a great day, and a most wonderful day, ladies. Keep sugar jealous. Well, West Indies have won the series. They have broken the spell of losing because they won the series. And the last two games were wonderful games. And the last game was a thrashing. You have to admire Sammy in his comments. If you just close the television after the game, then you would have missed a very humble interview that Sammy had when they questioned him. And he spoke very genuinely about the struggles and dealing with certain things and so forth. And I appreciated that. So let's hope that, because it's 31 years, we never won a T20 series against Pakistan. And then look at what happened. We have a very young team. I listen to a lot of people. I just want to let you know that hopefully at 8:35, Dr. Kishore Shallow, who is the president of Cricket West Indies, would be 8:35 would be my guest this morning. He's coming up from Trinidad this morning, but he said he will try his best to make it. So I want to let you know that, okay? You listen to the lies that Candyman, I don't know what Candyman is sucking on, but he's sucking on something. You have to ask the ULP what is he sucking on, because something had to be wrong. I would tell you to ask a specific person what he's sucking, because why would people tell lies? For those who truly follow sports, if you listen to the same Mason guest who was here last night, you'd realize that Candy was lying when he said to Bing that he spoke to Puran and Narayan, and the reason why they ain't playing West Indies cricket anymore is that they can't work. They're fed up with Dr. Kishore Shallow. You hear ignorance, stupidity, and all of that. This is Candyman, the spokesperson for the Prime Minister, spouting all that nonsense. Could you believe that he said that? No. If you listen to Mason guest yesterday, you'd hear the reason is that they said they ain't playing. Well, Narayan had bowling problems with the West Indies, with the ICC, and he had to correct his action, and he got frustrated, and he done with that. Puran said he's making money and that he is going after the money. He don't want to get injured playing for West Indies, and that he going after the IPL, and he make millions of dollars. So that's what his choice. So for Candyman to come and spout that kind of nonsense, to tell you that ULP is a lying party, they just lie through the teeth. And Candyman sucking on something so sweet. You have to ask Ralph what it is he's sucking on, because I would have to find out myself why a man would just lie just so.
The Central Water and Sewage Authority would like to inform residents of Richland Park, Hopewell, and Mesopotamia that their water supply will be disrupted on Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This disruption is to facilitate pipeline routing at Hampshire Bank, Mariquar. The CWSC regrets any inconvenience caused.
Let's get your laundry clean and fresh with the widest range of washing machines and dryers in SVG. At Singer, choose between our West Point and Speed Queen brands with an array of washing machines with payments starting as low as $92 per month. Your laundry room wouldn't be complete without a Whirlpool or Speed Queen electric or gas-operated dryer, saving your energy consumption. Also in stock is our West Point washer-dryer combo for only $136 per month. One machine that does the work of two. No need to change machines, just toss in your laundry and forget about it. Whether your preference in machines is top-loading or front-loading, whether you want a 9-kilogram or a larger 15-kilogram washer, whether you're looking for a gas or electric dryer, we've got it all at Singer. Visit us today and get the washing machine and dryer that's perfect for you. Singer, your family company.
It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep this flowing. Before we were falling, our hands up in the sky. Celebrating, come let your rhythm flow.
Nice Radio's birthday celebration package is brought to you with the compliments of the following.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and more. Get everything at Massy Stores. Massy that good, it's that good. That good, good. When you shop at Massy Stores. That good.
Massy Stores, our family serving your family.
Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey, Stacy. I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter, Naomi, a pizza. Naomi, what would you like to have on your pizza?
Pepperoni bacon.
They've got tomatoes as well.
Pepperoni bacon.
What about some fresh onions, corn, pineapple?
Pepperoni bacon.
Naomi, you can also have olives, jalapeno, extra meat.
Nope, pepperoni bacon.
Stacy, can I have one chicken teriyaki salad, all veggies, please, and a pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
You can have it your way.
Come into our uptown or downtown location today or order on your favorite delivery app. Subway, have it your way.
The birthday winner of the week will receive a $20 gift voucher from Massy Stores and a $20 meal voucher from Subway.
Nice radio celebration. Comes to you 3 times in the mornings, 10 to 7, 10 to 8, 10 to 9. In the afternoons, 10 to 2, 10 to 3, 10 to 4, and 10 to 5. Well, I tell you this, that our good friend, Cornice Mars, she's celebrating her birthday today. Let's see, got a call from the UK. Good morning, WhatsApp caller.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm nice, sweet, and wonderful.
All right. And who's celebrating for you?
My brother, called Augustus Isaacs of Spring Village. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. I just want to wish him belated birthday and hope for the best for the future. God's blessing.
Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Queens Drive. It's Karen Roberts.
Okay.
Yes. And you have a blessed day today, Doug.
Yeah. Okay. You were going to say something else when I asked you that question.
I can't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry that I disrupted your thought factor. All right.
Yeah. And also, I'm just praying for traveling mercies because I'm returning to the UK today.
Okay. Well, I tell you, you have safe travel and keep in touch, okay?
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Okay, my dear. Okay. Nice radio for nice people. Let's see. We got a local caller. Good morning.
Good morning, darling.
How are you this morning?
I'm nice, great, wonderful, sweet, jealous, everything.
And where you calling from?
I'm calling from Ovia.
How is Ovia today?
Ovia is, the sun is shining bright. So Ovia started there today. Very nice today.
And who's celebrating?
Oh, I'm calling to send out birthday greetings to my loving adopted sister, Connie Maz of Shumaka, with his meeting. Greetings is from her loving sister. She knows who the whole family joined together to wish her happy day. Pray that God will continue to strengthen her, keep her, guide her, and protect her from all things. She is just a wonderful lady.
Oh, she's a sweet lady.
Yes,
oh, man, I'm telling you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful day, okay?
All
right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. God bless. Nice radio for nice people. So, Cornice, as you know, is celebrating. So, I want to read these. I guys have got a chance to read them. All right. Let's see where we start with all of this. Trying to get it right this time. Okay. Get it. Okay. So, we got this one. Happy 80th birthday to Cornice Mars of Chumaga. Today we celebrate not just another number of years, but the beautiful life you live, full of faith, love, and grace. Reaching 80 is a true blessing, and we give thanks to God for every moment, every miracle that brought you to this day. May the Lord continue to bless you with peace and good health, joy in abundance, and life testimony to God, goodness, faithfulness you deeply love. We thank you. Thank God for you. This is, that's for Cornice. Let's see who's on this WhatsApp line. Good morning, WhatsApp caller. The WhatsApp caller.
Good morning, Dougie.
How are you this morning?
I'm nice, great, and wonderful. Calling from Diamond Estate.
You know that. Who's celebrating?
No celebration. I just called to wish my cousin Karen Roberts of Queen Drive.
Oh, okay.
A safe trip back to the UK.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We want her to keep the Lord all around her.
Amen.
And have
Amen.
a wonderful and a safe trip back to her walk home.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you, Dougie.
Have a nice day. All right. Okay.
Right.
And it's a good morning, Mr. D. I'm sending out birthday greetings to a loving, wonderful, and caring husband, Devon Johnson of Toronto, Canada. How come I didn't write the one down? Oh, Devon. Okay, I didn't even get. I skip over this one. Devon Johnson of Canada celebrating. Okay, yeah. So his birthday today. Greetings coming from his loving wife Naomi, his 4 children, dad, aunts, uncles, cousins, and the rest of the family circle. Wishing you a happy birthday and hope you may live to see many more years to come in good health and prosperity. May God continue to bless and keep you. Lots of love. Have a blessed and wonderful day. And this other one now. A good morning, Nice Radio management and staff, wishing Thelma Alexander of Carapan, who is celebrating her birthday today. All these greetings are coming from your children, 3 grandsons, a sister Erica Alexander of Carapan, and the rest of the family circle. Have a good day, Nana. All right, let's see now. Okay, I think I had another one, but no, that's not one there. So we got Lenore Jackson of Kingston Park. You know that young lady, she makes cake and all kind of thing. She get cakes from us already here. She's celebrating. Lucian Cambridge in New York celebrating. Lucian, I hope that you have a great day today from your whole family. Jamil Tim is celebrating. Yvonne Hobson. Dero Denny of Maricoa celebrating. Listra Williams in the USA. Chari Lewis in Kingstown. Now we have Thelma Alexander of Carapan, Augustus Isaacs, Spring Village from yesterday. Curtis and Dolores Rogers in Trinidad, 31st anniversary. And Devon Johnson of Canada celebrating. All in the list. The next celebration is 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. It is after 7. We got to pay some bills. Bring you the news and sports. Stay tuned tonight.
The Central Water and Sewage Authority would like to inform residents of Richland Park, Hopewell, and Mesopotamia that their water supply will be disrupted on Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This disruption is to facilitate pipeline routing at Hackshaw Bank, Mariquar. The CWSC regrets any inconvenience caused.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Please note that the draw for the raffle will now take place at the West Kingston Constituency Office on the 29th of August at 5 p.m. Tickets going fast. Get yours from your constituency leaders and from the West Kingston office. First prize, a brand new 65-inch flat screen smart TV. Second prize, an all expenses paid weekend for 2 in Mustique. And third prize, a grand food hamper. Get your tickets now.
A tradition of trust, a promise of quality. Transform your home with District Stairs SVG's Homeowners Trust Program. Renovate your kitchen, bathroom, flooring, or living space hassle-free. No interest, no hidden fees, just trust. Here's how it works. Free consultation. Start with a free consultation to discuss your renovation goals and receive a customized plan. Pay a deposit up front. Secure your renovation with an initial deposit. Flexible installment plans. Pay the remaining balance in manageable installments tailored to you. Your vision brought to life. Experience a seamless transformation of your home with trusted craftsmanship. Let's bring your dream home to life together. Call us at 1-784-456-7649. Email districtstairs.svg@gmail.com or visit us in the Russell Shopping Center at Stony Grounds.
Nice Radio's news highlights is coming to you with the compliments of the following.
Shop at Lanes where you come first. For value and quality you can trust. Lanes. For home hardware, fashion and more. The best prices at every store. A warm fancy welcome is waiting for you. At Lanes, your family store for value.
Good day, listen to Nice Radio's news and sports highlights. Dougie the Fittest presents us 5 minutes after 7 already. Then the port is a colossal failure and disgrace, and one man is the prime minister for every square, and so says the parliament to be blamed. Here is Daniel Cummins.
The port project is a colossal failure. It is a disgrace. I just want to remind, that's why I said it in Parliament again, so that the record could be properly served. This government is squandering over $700 million because the project was improperly designed and is being implemented in a way that is not sustainable. And they are not about to listen to anybody who has the knowledge and experience to advise them, because one man is the only engineer in the world. He's the only accountant. He's the only financial manager. He's the expert on everything. Why? His objective has been stated so repeatedly, and nobody seems to be listening, at least not the ones who matter. When he says his politics from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, many persons miss what he's talking about. Because the politics he's talking about is not the politics that can grow the economy or enhance our lives. It is the narrow partisan political stuff that he's talking about. Which for him, it means being engaged in self-sustenance. So long as he and his clowns could be retained in power, all his objectives are met. So no matter what the technical advice is, no matter what the consequences, we're not listening. I am Prime Minister of this country. I'm Prime Minister of every square inch of this country, and you have to do what I tell you.
Daniel Cummins further said, in any normal society, every detail of this project should be made available.
The cover-up is what is really annoying to me. The cover-up in any normal society, every little detail of this project will be made available to the public so people can have a level of confidence in knowing that you have something that could work. All they're saying is no, we're lying, we don't know what we're talking about, but they haven't provided one shred of evidence to prove us wrong. They did everything to make sure those designs were not made available. Imagine that. Imagine you covering up the design, you hiding the design. They knew what they were doing. When the government refuses to make public the designs of a $700 million project, you must know something is awry. There's a huge cover-up because they know that local engineers and local experts told them that those designs are not workable. They knew that. They threw cold water on it. They kicked those local advisors off. And any discussion. And the same catastrophe up there, that boat cannot be open. Exactly. The repairs, the whole thing has collapsed. The seawall and the slab has collapsed. Officials in the Ministry of Agriculture told the current representative for Central Leeward not to go with that design. It wouldn't work. Officials in fisheries told them that. And government officials, like the big Lord, they don't listen to anybody.
That's Daniel Cummins on yesterday's program of the New Times. And St. Vincent and Grenadines electricity services will soon begin connecting nearly 50,000 customers to a new type of smart meter. This update was announced August 11 during VINIC's launch event for the Smart Meter Initiative. And the installation process is scheduled to start next week and is expected to take 15 to 18 months to complete, by which time the entire nation will have advanced metering infrastructure, the AMI, in place. This advanced metering infrastructure allows a two-way communications between the utility and its customers, enhancing overall system management. As the exclusive electricity provider in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, VINLIC anticipates the new smart meters will improve operational efficiency and increase transparency for users. The key features of the smart meters include quicker data transmission, uniform billing cycles, secure encryption of customers' data, and remote reading capability, eliminating the need for manual meter reading. The devices are also capable with solar power systems and support prepaid billing options, offering renters and tenants greater control over the electricity use. VINLIC emphasizes that this rollout represents another step in its ongoing efforts to modernize its metering technology and services. The OAS, through the Development Cooperation Fund (DCF), has approved some 125,000 US dollars or 308,000 EC dollars project for CED, the Center for Enterprise Development, that focuses on the impact of climate change on women underserved communities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The goal of the OUCCI project is to reduce the impact of climate change, to enhance livelihoods and increase economic opportunities for women and vulnerable communities. The project features a number of training sessions, forums, and grant funding for climate action projects developed by groups and organizations. The National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, is appealing to the residents of Myro to take part in the two community activities in the Myro Government School. On Tuesday, August 12th, which was yesterday, at 5 p.m., they conducted the training of the use and maintenance of essential equipment, including generators, chainsaws, weed trimmers, and water pumps, power washers, and generator power floods. On Wednesday, August 13th, 5 p.m., the community meeting will be held to discuss the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, geological hazards, and including tsunamis. NEMO is urging all residents to attend and take advantage of these opportunities. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is deeply saddened by the passing of Corporal 603 Solomon Bailey on Saturday, August 9th, extends heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and colleagues during this difficult time. Corporal Bailey faithfully served the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for nearly 33 years. We give you more details on 8 o'clock local news. On August 8, police arrested and charged Calvin Jones, a 26-year-old chauffeur of Mount Pleasant, with the offense of resisting arrest. According to investigation, the accused resisted the arrest of Elsa Hunt Williams, a 40-year-old auxiliary police officer of Lomans Leeward, by pulling away his hands, being a police officer acting in due execution of her duty. The offense was committed Kingstown, August 8. Jones appeared before the Serious Offences Court 11th of August, pleaded not guilty to the charge. The matter was adjourned to August 18th for trial. In regional stories, ECLAC, Economic Commissioner for Latin America and the Caribbean, has warned that Latin America and the Caribbean will see only modest growth in the next 2 years, with GDP expected to rise at 2.2% in 2025 and 2.3% in 2026. Similar recent years are far below what is needed to close development gaps. The ECLAC stressed the urgent need to mobilize resources for development, focusing on 3 pillars: improving domestic resource mobilization through better tax system and spending, boosting external and private financing by reforming international financial framework, and promoting capital market tools, and strengthening development banks to fund large-scale projects. President of Guyana, Dr. Ali, is looking to elevate the country's horse racing scene to a next level. In a major announcement, Ali pledged to conduct a world-class horse racing track in Berbice region in Guyana. Trinidad, 5 stolen vehicles recovered and 2 car dealers arrested in Diego Martin.
A police exercise on Monday led to the arrest of 2 car dealers and the recovery of 5 stolen vehicles in the Diego Martin area. According to a police media release, an intelligence-led operation conducted by officers of the Stolen Vehicle Squad resulted in the seizure of 5 tampered motor vehicles and the detention of 2 suspects. During coordinated efforts across the northern and western divisions on August 11th, officers visited a foreign used car parts business located at Good Session Drive, Patna Village, Diego Martin, where several vehicles were examined in the presence of the business owner and his son, both used car dealers. The following vehicles were found with tampered chassis and/or engine: alphanumeric, white Kia K2700, white Hyundai H100, dark gray BMW, white Hyundai Elantra, white Nissan Tita. Further checks revealed that the white Hyundai Elantra was previously reported stolen in the St. Margaret's Police District between 11:30 p.m. on May 8, 2025 and 5 a.m. on May 9, 2025. Both men were informed of the findings and detained pending further investigations. The vehicles were seized and lodged for safekeeping.
Barbados Ministry of Educational Transformation will introduce a new hybrid model to replace the Barbados Secondary School Entrance Examination, the BSSEE, also known as Common Entrance Examination or 11+ exam, by September 28, 2028. Student placed in secondary school level will be based on blended assessment model comprising 50% standardized written exam and a 50% continuous assessment guide by nationally prescribed framework. In Antigua, the consolidation of Glansville Secondary School and Paris Secondary School is proceeding according to plan, with significant infrastructure improvement taking place ahead of September school reopening. Minister of Education, Sports and Creative Industry Darrell Matthew announced. In Haiti, United States announced criminal charges against Haitian gang leader and former police officer Jimmy Barbecue Teresa of the North Carolina man on Tuesday for conspiring to violate U.S. sanction. In Jamaica, 2 days after he announced election, Prime Minister of Jamaica and the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Andrew Holness, has kickstarted the party's cross-country campaign on Tuesday.
Let me thank all of you for coming out and joining us on this tour. A campaign in Jamaica is a festive event. It is almost like a carnival. We come out to have fun, but on top of that, we have serious business to do, which is to convey a message to the electorate. Our campaign must always convey above everything else, orderliness. The Jamaican people want to see from their political party order, discipline. In addition to having fun, the 2 things are not contradictory. You can be order and discipline and have fun at the same time.
As Jamaica Prime Minister. Mexico expelled more than 2,000 people in prison as suspected cartel members wanted by the United States on Tuesday, amid rising pressure from President Trump administration to dismantle the country's powerful drug organizations. Authorities sent 26 prisoners who are wanted in the U.S. for ties to drug trafficking groups. Canada asked government to refer flight attendants to arbitration.
Air Canada flight attendants are demanding better pay and say they're ready to walk off the job over what they call unpaid work. On Tuesday, they rejected the airline's proposal for binding arbitration. Cabin crew members picketed at Canada's major airports on Monday ahead of a possible strike. Shannon Elliott, strike committee chair for the Canadian Union of Public Employees, is asking for higher wages for flight attendants.
Our wages have not kept up anywhere near inflation. $1,900 a month, I think everybody can agree, is nowhere near a livable wage when you're expected to live close to airports, which are in major cities. Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, Montreal. It's putting you below poverty wages. When you look at a scale of a full-time worker on minimum wage, we're making less.
Most airlines have paid cabin crew members only when planes are in motion. But in their latest contract negotiations, flight attendants in North America have sought compensation for tasks like boarding passengers and waiting around the airport before and between flights. The union says Air Canada attendants perform an average of 35 unpaid work hours monthly for safety checks, boarding, deplaning, and passenger emergencies. A walkout during the busy summer travel season would be another blow to Canada's largest carrier, which is already seeing a drop in profit and reduced travel to its key U.S. market.
In the USA, Perplexity AI offer Google some $34.5 billion for its popular Chrome web browser, which the internet giant could potentially be forced to sell as part of the antitrust proceedings. Google is awaiting United States District Court judge ruling on what remedies to impose following the landmark decision last year that said the tech titan maintained an illegal monopoly on online research. Cheaper gasoline retains U.S. customer prices.
U.S. consumer prices rose moderately in July, and a key measure of underlying inflation increased slightly more than expected. The Consumer Price Index, or CPI report, released Tuesday from the Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics, showed prices rose 0.2% last month, in line with economists' expectations. That put the annual inflation rate at 2.7%. But core CPI, which strips out food and energy prices, rose to its highest level in 6 months, bringing the annual rate to 3.1%.
And we got ABC World News tonight, as usual, at this time.
Storm Erin now on track to become the first Atlantic hurricane of the season, set to become a major hurricane now. Tropical Storm Erin with winds up to 45 miles per hour right now. The forecast suggesting Erin could become a major hurricane by this weekend. Tonight, you'll see what the models now show. Will it hit the U.S. or will it turn? And the risk up and down the East Coast. Ginger Z is here. Also tonight, the drownings outside New York City and the race to save multiple swimmers caught in rip currents in the Northeast. A father did not survive, his son seriously hurt. And in a separate case, a grandmother drowning. Also tonight, that deadly shooting at a Target. Now we learn a grandfather and his 4-year-old granddaughter were shot and killed in the parking lot. Also, a worker collecting shopping carts was killed. Tonight, the high-stakes summit. President Trump, Vladimir Putin, now 3 days from now in Alaska. And the White House tonight is now calling this meeting a listening exercise. So will there be any deal to end the war? Chilling new details tonight, a gunman opening fire at the CDC, more than 500 rounds recovered, more than 150 windows shattered with bullets. You'll remember a police officer killed, and tonight some CDC workers are now sounding the alarm over the rhetoric involving vaccines. Tonight, 800 National Guard troops now arriving in Washington, D.C., President Trump's federal takeover of the police in the nation's capital. Tonight, the brazen armored car heist, surveillance video showing armed suspects approaching the driver. Authorities say stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Police officers rushing into a burning home consumed by smoke and flames. Inside, you can see a man crawling on the floor trying to get out. The meteorite crashing through a roof of a home. And tonight, scientists now say it's older than Earth itself. Tonight, Taylor Swift's big surprise and what millions of fans are now looking for tonight. Also, the scam targeting seniors across this country, thieves stealing millions now, pretending they're grandchildren in need, and what to look out for.
That's ABC World News tonight. Britain's job market has weakened again, so official data showed, with the payroll falling for 6 months and vacancies dropping further, but wage growth stayed strong, underscoring why the Bank of England is so cautious about cutting interest rates. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned Israel and Russia on Tuesday that he has significant concerns about patterns of certain forms of sexual violence by their armed and security forces. The alleged crime includes incidents of genital violence, prolonged forced nudity of captives, and abusive and degrading strip search aimed at humiliating and interrogation. Rising maritime threats demand global cooperation, says UN meeting experts.
The Secretary General to the International Maritime Organization, Arsenio Dominguez, stated that the emerging challenges to global maritime security and threats to shipping are ever present during a United Nations Security Council meeting on Monday.
The safety and security of the maritime sector is fundamental to economic stability, sustainable maritime development, and to livelihoods. Threats to shipping are ever present.
And the United States on Tuesday announced sanctions against armed group aligned to the Congo's military as well as Congolese mining company and two Hong Kong-based exporters over armed violence and the sale of critical minerals. The measure at the latest taken by administration of President Trump trying to bring peace to eastern Congo, where Rwanda-backed M23 rebels staged a lightning advance earlier this year, spurring violence that has killed thousands of people. Finally, China and the U.S. have extended the tariff truce.
Beijing and Washington agreed to extend a tariff truce for another 90 days, only hours before it was due to expire Tuesday. The move staves off triple-digit duties on each other's goods, where U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods would have shot up to 145%, and Chinese tariffs on U.S. goods would have hit 125%. It would have been a virtual trade embargo between the two countries. The delay buys crucial time for U.S. retailers as imports surge for the critical end-of-year season. U.S. President Donald Trump announced on Truth Social Monday that he had signed an executive order suspending higher tariffs until November, while China's Commerce Ministry issued a parallel pause on extra tariffs early on Tuesday. It also suspended adding some U.S. firms it targeted in April to trade and investment restriction lists. China.
That's it for the news. Sports coming up. Stay tuned tonight.
And now for the latest in sports, sponsored by the following.
CK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% intention supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one, CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John's, a supermarket for you and me.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue, Furtis, Lilies, Midushi, manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards, tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets, legitimate sheet and core sizes, virgin pulp, no recycled, soft but not lightweight, professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi, excellent Vincentian products.
SVG, get ready! The National Lotteries Authority is now offering more chances to win with 3D and Play 4 now 3 times a day. 3 times a day. There's a morning draw at 11 a.m., afternoon draw time 3 p.m., and the night draw from 9 p.m. Get your tickets for 3D and Play 4. Now drawn 3 times daily, Monday to Saturday. All from the National Lotteries Authority, giving you more chances to win.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Sports report for Wednesday, the 13th of August, 2025. In the Bayabu Football League, the game between Stubbs and Sweaters and Caesars Real Estate Parkside Boys, the game ended in favor of Stubbs Sweaters with the score being 3-0. The winning goals were scored by Josh Francois 1 and Kelly Wiley 2. The game today would be between Walvaroo FC and Funside System 3 at 4:30 p.m. In the Southeast Football Tournament at Stubbs, One Experience versus Brighton, One Experience 2, and Brighton 2. The goals for One Experience, Dimitri Thomas and Raheem Delroy Sandy scored 2 for Brighton. Today's game is today is a rest day, and the next game is on Thursday, the 14th, between Ball Rollers versus System 3 at 4:45 p.m. In athletics, Shafika Maloney would be in the NACAC Senior Championship in the Bahamas between the 15th and the 17th of August. We wish Shafika all the best. In the rest of the sporting world, we start with news coming out of Barbados with the Barbados Cricket Association. They had the election on the 12th of August. The vote cast for president was Calvin Hope, 158 votes, Henderson Wallace, 68 votes, Philo Wallace, 57 votes, Jeff Brooms, 13 votes, 1 spoiled vote. Votes cast for secretary, Gregory Nichols, 157 votes, Joanne Haynes, 125 votes, and 5 spoiled votes. The Barbados Cricket Association election results was on the 12th, and the 3 posts as directors on the BCA board: Carlos Brathwaite, 185 votes, Henderson Wallace, 142 votes, Winston Haynes, 119 votes, Dr. Rudolph Allen, 84 votes, and no spoil votes. And in cricket, well, as we know, the big upset, the West Indies trash Pakistan. West Indies won by 202 runs. West Indies posted 294 for 6 off 50. Pakistan 92 all out in 29.2. Australia versus South Africa. South Africa won the men's international T20 by 53 runs. South Africa 218 for 7 off 20. Australia 165 all out in 17.4 overs. In the 100 cricket, Birmingham Phoenix women against Oval Invincible Women. Oval Invincible Women won by 22 runs. Oval Invincible 174 for 5 off 100 balls. And Birmingham Phoenix women 152 for 6 off 100. Birmingham Phoenix men against the Oval Invincible men. Birmingham Phoenix men won by 4 wickets. Birmingham 182 for 6 off 98 balls, responding to the 180 for 8 off 100 for the Oval Invincible men. And in the Metro One Day Cup Men Group B, Yorkshire versus Lancashire. Yorkshire won by 7 wickets. Yorkshire 295 for 3 off 46.5, responding to Lancashire 294 for 7 off 50. In the UEFA Championship League football, 7 matches were played yesterday. Some of the results: Karabag 5 and Sharkinja 1. Feberbris 5 and Feyenoord 2. Paphos 2 and Dynamo Kiev 0. 23 games were played yesterday in the English League first round. In the Europa League, Shelbourne 1, Rajika 3. In the National League Group A, Solihull Moors 1 and Everton under 21, Berkeley Town 2, Blackburn Rovers under 21 0. In Group B, Bournemouth 2 and Nottingham Forest under 21 0. Braintree Town 2 and Leicester City under 21 0, while Wealdstone 2, Wolves under 21. 5 other games were played between Group C and Group D. In the FA Cup Extra Preliminary, Bradenton Town 4 and Queensborough Town 1. There were 17 games being played in the Scottish Challenge Cup League. And in the Brasilia Serie A, Juventude 2 and Corinthians 1. We end with some tennis. In the Cincinnati Open men's singles round 32, Francisco Komsana beat Rally Opelka 6-7, 6-4, 7-5. Also, Carlos Alcaraz beat Hamid Pejokovic 6-4, 6-4. While in the women's round 32, Kokogov beat Diana Yastermastra. Also, Janek Singer beat Gabriel Diallo 6-2, 7-6, and Eliga Rabakina beat Elise Mertens 4-6, 6-3, 7-5. Also, Barbara Kretagovic 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. That's all for Sports Dougie the Freighter's
The weather is brought to you with the kind compliments of the following.
Operating a business these days can get really complicated. What if someone slips and falls? What if you get robbed or burglarized? What if the truck crashes and you lose everything? What if one of your employees get damaged? What if your product makes someone sick? Worry no more. Let Century Insurance protect you from those what ifs. Century Insurance, offering employee liability, workman compensation, public liability, cash and goods in transit, bonds, professional indemnity, contractors all risk, and more. Talk to one of our friendly agents today. Call our Kingstown office at telephone number 456-2247 or Beckway 458-3855, or contact our representative, Mr. Jason Sargent, in the Bayshore Mall in Beckway at 454-4260. Call Century Insurance today. We can protect you. Century Insurance, upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank Building in Kingstown.
Hennessy. Drive responsibly. Sole agent and distributors. Gonzalez Liquors. The weather is compiled at the Met Office at the AIA and brought to you compliments Hennessy and Century Insurance. At 6 a.m., the weather was cloudy and breezy with light showers. The winds northeasterly at 20 kilometers per hour or 13 miles per hour. The temperature was 27.9 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity 80%, and the barometric pressure 1012.5 millibars. The last 24 rainfall was 0.1 millimeter. Yesterday's maximum temperature 31.8 degrees Celsius, last night's minimum 25.4 degrees Celsius. Sunset today is at 6:26 p.m., sunrise tomorrow 5:52 a.m. Marine conditions, high tides 9:32 a.m. and again at 9:21 p.m. Low tides 4:51 p.m. Sea conditions, slight to moderate in open waters with swells 1 to 2 meters. Synopsis, weak unstable conditions are affecting the islands. The forecast for today, partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy at times with occasional isolated showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. In the region beyond, Trinidad 24 degrees and fair, Barbados 26 degrees and fair, Antigua 28 degrees and fair, San Juan, Puerto Rico 27 degrees and cloudy, Miami 28 degrees and fair, New York 23 degrees and fair, Toronto 21 degrees and cloudy, London 21 degrees and clear skies. That's the weather compiled at the Met Office at the AIA and brought to you compliments Hennessy and Century Insurance.
We would like to say that Captain Bligh XO aged rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO aged rum. World class in a glass.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in 1. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch disc, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan, and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much, much more can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the difference at our showroom opposite the basketball court in Camden Park. Call us at 458-2000 or 529-2070. Visit us on Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Nice Radio Nice Driver comes to you every weekday morning just following the 7 a.m. weather report and repeated on afternoons from 4:30 p.m.
Hi, hun. Can you pick up the kids today? I know you're headed to the gym and you have some errands to run, but I just got called into a meeting. Thanks, babe. Oh, you may need to stop for gas, too.
Stop for gas? Since switching to Sol, we have lots left in the tank.
At Sol, we're on a mission to give you great fuel economy for all life's journeys. So enjoy the journey. Choose Sol Go Further fuels.
Welcome back to the Nice Driver program. We continue to look at safe driving tips to deal with headlights glare. Do not wear sunglasses at night. Despite the Corey Hart song, wearing sunglasses at night can make driving even more dangerous than temporary headlight glare. Flash your high beams. If you suspect the driver in another car has their high beams activated, flick your high beams on and then off a few times. This is typically recognized as a request to the other driver to lower his high beams. However, many headlights are just extremely bright and can appear to be on a high setting when they're not. Full beam headlights are the brightest type of headlight or normal vehicle. They are angled higher than the dipped headlights, allowing you to see more of the road, and are sometimes known as high beams. The switch to turn them on is usually found near the switch for dipped headlights, and they may use a different set of bulbs. When to use your high beams? You should only use full beam headlights on unlit stretches of road at night, when meeting oncoming traffic, including cyclists or pedestrians. Following another vehicle or driving on left turning bends, you must turn off your full beam headlights, as they can often be dazzling and may cause accidents. Advocate for change. When you pledge to practice responsible, courteous, and safe habits on the road, you become a Drive Aloha ambassador. End of your driving tips for today. That's the end of the Nice Driver program. Join us tomorrow morning after the weather forecast for another Nice Driver segment.
If you are a nice driver, you've got to take good care. When people board your van, you've got their lives in your hands, in your hands, your hands.
This fussing and the fighting, I wanna know. Yes, I wanna know now. Tell me why is this bumping and the boring? I wanna know what I wanna know now. We should really love each other. cheating and bad fighting. I want to know, Lord, I want to know now. I and I should really love each other in peace and unity. Instead of hell, with fussing and fighting, they're working iniquity. Tell me why, fussing and fighting. I gotta know, Lord, I want to know now. Why is fussing and fighting, cheating, backbiting, bumping and pouring, stealing and killing? Lord, I wanna know now. Tell me why. We should really love each other in peace and harmony. Instead of that, fussing and fighting, like we ain't supposed to be. So tell me why is this fussing and the fighting? I wanna know, Lord, I wanna know now. Tell me why is fussing and fighting, cheating, backbiting, bumping and pouring, stealing and killing? Lord, I wanna know now. Why is fussing and fighting, cheating, backbiting? I wanna know. That's the way that you planned it, yeah. That's the way that you planned it now. 'Cause that's the way that you planned it, yeah. And that's the way that you planned it now. My life was spent full changes, but the things were very bad. Down was starting head on me and showed me what I had. You let me into music, 'cause that was what he played. Now I use my voice to serve him. I'm a daughter of Zion. And that's the way that you planned it, yeah. That's the way that you planned it now. That's the way that you planned it, yeah. And that's the way that you planned it now. That you made the land and waters, he made the moon and stars. Man thinks he can make it better, but now it's gonna be too far. You're building mighty weapons and raising building stars. But God, he's the master, and he knows when they'll fall, they must fall. Yeah. And that's the way that you planned it, yeah. And that's the way that you planned it now. 'Cause that's the way that you planned it, yeah. And that's the way that you planned it now. that you give us sweet inspiration. That's why I'm going with inspiration. He's my life, he's my heat, he's my everything. Everything I need. That's the way, 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 that's the way. That's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended. That's the way, that's the way, on the way. That's the way, that's the way, on the way, on the way. That's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended, that's blended. That's the way, that's the way, on the way.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Flow's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch to reveal your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
Nice Radio's birthday celebration package is brought to you with the compliments of the following.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and more. Get everything at Massy Stores. Massy Stores is where you wanna be. We take care of you like family. We do all that we could to treat you like we should. It's that good, it's that good. That good. When you shop at Massy Stores. That good.
Massy Stores, our family serving your family.
Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey, Stacy. I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter, Naomi, a pizza. Naomi, what would you like to have on your pizza?
Pepperoni bacon.
They've got tomatoes as well.
Pepperoni bacon.
What about some fresh onions, corn, pineapple?
Pepperoni bacon.
Naomi, you can also have olives, jalapeno, extra meat.
Nope. Pepperoni bacon.
Stacy, can I have one chicken teriyaki salad, all veggies, please, and a pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
You can have it your way.
Come into our uptown or downtown location today or order on your favorite delivery app. Subway. Have it your way.
The birthday winner of the week will receive a $20 gift voucher from Massy Stores and a $20 meal voucher from Subway.
Nice Radio celebration package comes to you 3 times in the mornings, 10 to 7, 10 to 8, and 10 to 9 in the afternoons, 10 to 2, 10 to 3, 10 to 4, and 10 to 5. You can call us. The numbers are 4565967, 718-734-5615. The WhatsApp is 498-3802. That's 784-498-3802. You could call, text, leave a voice note, whatever. We have 2 new WhatsApp messages. Good morning. Birthday greetings going out to Mr. Terry Marshall of Barley from his wife and Aunt Valinda of the same address, wishing him a long life with God's blessings. The other new WhatsApp message is birthday greetings going out to Agnes Craig of Newgrounds, celebrating today the 13th of August. Greetings coming to her from all her children, Sister Belitha Cordes, wishing you many more years, best of health, God's continuous blessing, giving God thanks and praise for another year. Enjoy your day to the fullest. That's the last two WhatsApp messages we have. Cornice Mars is celebrating from Chumuka. She's heading our list, our friend there. She's celebrating today. Lenore Jackson in Kingston Park is celebrating. I think Cornice is 80 years today. Let me see, yes, what is, okay, yes, she's 80 years today. A big blessing there on Cornice, and coming from all her family and friends. And we have Lenore Jackson of Kingston Park, Lucian Cambridge in New York, Jamil Tim, Yvonne Hobson, Dero Dene of Mariqua, Lystra Williams in the USA, Chari Lewis in Kingstown, Thelma Alexander of Carapan, Augustus Isaacs in Spring Village celebrated yesterday, Curtis and Dolores Rogers in Trinidad celebrating their 31st anniversary, Devon Johnson in Canada, Paige Goodluck. So that's Dr. Goodluck's daughter. She's 17 today. Dr. Goodluck, boy, you got to get out your double barrel, eh? Dr. Goodluck's daughter is celebrating today. And Agnes Craig in Newgrounds. I remember when Dr. Goodluck, the dog had gone away some years ago. Sometimes things come back to her memory. She was all cut up over, they couldn't find the dog, her pet dog, and they were looking all over the place. Had to send out messages, all kind of thing. Good luck, you remember that? All right. Agnes Craig in Newgrounds celebrating, and Terry Marshall in Barley celebrating. So that's how it is. The next celebration is 10 to 9. And remember, if you don't catch us here, you could send a WhatsApp 4983802. You could leave a voice note. You could text. You could do a call if you want. But that's how it is on the nice. News coming up after we do a little thing here and there and so forth. We've been featuring a little bit of Rita Marley there this morning on Reggae Wednesday on the nice. Remember Dr. Kishore Shallow at 8:35 this morning. Stay tuned to Nice.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that always shine on me. Oh, I want my life to be here with you, yeah, with you. And there's a way. Everybody says to do every little thing. What good does it bring if I don't have you? But don't have you, 'cause in my brain, oh, I see your face again. You don't have to be so blind. Oh, I'm so very blind that I can't help myself. Can't help myself. I'm a woman. Can't you see that I am? That I live and I breathe for you. What good does it do if I don't have you? I don't have you. Whoa. You don't know what it's like. Oh, I know that you don't know love you. Whoa, you don't know what it's like. I know that you don't know. You don't know what it's like. Like I said, you gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. But I love you. Whoa, yeah, whoa. You don't know what it's like. No, baby. You don't know what it's like. Like I said, you gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. But I love you. Oh, I know that you don't know. You don't know what it's like. Oh, baby. Love someone. You gotta love someone.
Gotta love someone. You gotta love somebody. Love somebody, and you gotta tell somebody nobody loves you like I love you. Boy, I gotta get my ears rinsed out with something. What do you say about that? Gotta get your ears rinsed out. Get some nice vibes in your ears. You listen to Nice Radio News, local news coming up in a moment after we pay some bills. Dr. Kishore Shallow at 8:35 this morning, or right after that, depends on how he gets sorted, because he's coming into St. Vincent this morning. So I hope he is on time, and we will certainly do something.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
Please note that the draw for the raffle will now take place at the West Kingston Constituency Office on the 29th of August at 5 p.m. Tickets going fast. Get yours from your constituency leaders and from the West Kingston office. First prize, a brand new 65-inch flat screen smart TV. Second prize, an all expenses paid weekend for two in Mustique. And third prize, a grand food hamper. Get your tickets now.
The Central Water and Sewage Authority would like to inform residents of Richland Park, Hopewell, and Mesopotamia that their water supply will be disrupted on Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This disruption is to facilitate pipeline routing at Hackshaw Bank, Mariquar. The CWSC regrets any inconvenience caused.
Looking for reputable, reasonable shipping services from the USA? Look no further than Fair Deal Shipping and Trading. Call us today, 407-822-6792. From our hub in Orlando, Florida, we provide complete freight handling services. We'll do your purchasing, we'll do your shipping, and everything in between. Whether it's ocean freight or air freight, commercial cargo or personal effects, big or small, Fair Deal will handle it all. Visit us on the web at www.fairdealshipping.com or just call us 407-822-6792. That's Fair Deal Shipping and Trading in the heart of Central Florida, your artery to the Caribbean and the rest of the world.
And now for Nice Radio's local news and sports.
Nice Radio's local news is coming to you with the compliments of the following.
Shop at Lanes, where you come first. For value and quality you can trust. Lanes. For home hardware, fashion and more. The best prices at every store. A warm Vincent welcome is waiting for you. At Lanes, your family store for value.
Dear listen to Nice Radio's local news and sports. Dougie Freitas is presenting. The port is a colossal failure and a disgrace. This is how Parliamentary Rep for West Kingston and Chairman of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Daniel Cummins, sees it.
The port project is a colossal failure. It is a disgrace. I just want to remind, that's why I said it in Parliament again, so that the record could be properly served. This government is squandering over $700 million because the project was improperly designed and is being implemented in a way that is not sustainable. And they are not about to listen to anybody who has the knowledge and experience to advise them, because one man is the only engineer in the world, he's the only accountant, he's the only financial manager, he's the expert on everything. Why? His objective has been stated so repeatedly, and nobody seems to be listening, at least not the ones who matter. When he says his politics from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, many persons miss what he's talking about. Because the politics he's talking about is not the politics that can grow the economy or enhance our lives. It is the narrow partisan political stuff that he's talking about. For him, it means being engaged in self-sustenance. So long as he and his clowns could be retained in power, all his objectives are met. So no matter what the technical advice is, no matter what the consequences for not listening, I am Prime Minister of this country, I'm Prime Minister of every square inch of this country, and you have to do what I tell you to do.
Cummins further said, in any normal society, every detail of this project would have been made available.
The cover-up is what is really annoying to me. The cover-up in any normal society, every little detail of this project will be made available to the public so people can have a level of confidence in knowing that you have something that could work. All they're saying is no, we're lying, we don't know what we're talking about, but they haven't provided one shred of evidence to prove us wrong. They did everything to make sure those designs were not made available. Imagine that. Imagine you covering up the design. You hiding the design. They knew what they were doing. When the government refuses to make public the designs of a $700 million project, you must know something is awry. There's a huge cover-up because they know that local engineers and local experts told them that those designs are not workable. They knew that. They threw cold water on it. They kicked those local advisors off any discussion. And the same catastrophe up there, that port cannot be open. Exactly. The repairs, the whole thing has collapsed. The seawall and the slam has collapsed. Officials in the Ministry of Agriculture told the current representative for Central Leeward not to go with that design. It wouldn't work. Officials in fisheries told them that. And government officials, like the big Lord, they don't listen to anybody.
That was Daniel Cummins, and they were speaking also about the Barley project where the seawall collapsed because they didn't follow the correct design. St. Vincent Electricity Services, Vinlink, will soon begin connecting nearly 50,000 customers to a new type of smart meter. This update was announced August 11 during Vinlink's launch event for the Sensor Smart Meter Initiative. The installation process is scheduled to start next week and is expected to take 15 to 18 months to complete, by which time the entire nation would have advanced metering infrastructure, the AMI, in place. The advanced metering infrastructure allows a two-way communication between the utility and its customers, enhancing overall system management. As the exclusive electricity provider to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Vinlink anticipates that the new smart meters will improve operational efficiency and increase transparency for users. Key features of smart meters include quicker data transmission, uniform billing cycles, secure encryption of customer data, and remote reading capability, eliminating the need for manual meter reading. The devices are also compatible with solar power systems and support prepaid billing options, offering renters and tenants greater control over their electricity use. Vinlink emphasized that this rollout represents another step in its ongoing efforts to modernize its metering technology and services. The Organization of American States, OAS, through its Development Cooperation Fund, the DCF, has approved some 125,000 US or 308,000 EC dollars for CED that focuses on the impact of climate change on women and underserved communities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The goal of the OUCCI project is to reduce the impact of climate change to enhance livelihoods and increase economic opportunities for women and vulnerable communities. The project features a number of training sessions, forums, and grant funding for climate action projects developed by the group's organization. NEMO, the National Emergency Management Organization, is appealing to residents of Mairo, some of whom had taken part yesterday in at 5 p.m. they conducted training on the use of maintenance of essential equipment, including generators, chainsaws, weed trimmers, water pumps, power washers, and generator-powered floodlights. Then today, Wednesday the 13th, 5 p.m. at the meeting will be held to discuss the Atlantic hurricane season and the geological hazards, including tsunamis. NEMO is urging all residents to attend and take advantage of these opportunities to strengthen the island's disaster preparedness and resilience. This police force, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, is deeply saddened by the passing of Corporal 603 Solomon Bailey on Saturday, August 9, 2025, and it extends heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and colleagues during this difficult time. Corporal Bailey faithfully served St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the people for nearly 33 years. The colleagues remember Corporal Bailey as a dependable officer with a calm presence and a sharp sense of humor, someone who could be relied upon in the toughest situations. His easy manner and willingness to mentor young officers left a lasting impression on those who worked alongside him. The RSVG Police Force stands with his loved ones in grief and gratitude, honoring the service and friendship he gave so freely. His legacy will live on in the memories of his colleagues and in the proud history of the organization he serves with this dedication. May his soul rest in peace. August 8, police arrested and charged Calvin Jones, a 26-year-old chauffeur of Mount Pleasant, with the offense of resisting arrest. According to investigations, accused arrests of Elsa Hunt Williams, a 40-year-old auxiliary police officer of Lomans Leeward, by pulling away his hands. She being a police officer acting in due execution of her duty. The offense was committed in Kingston August 8. Jones appeared before the Serious Offences Court August 11th and pleaded not guilty to the charge. The matter was adjourned to August 18th, 2025 for trial. That's the news local. Dougie Freitas presenting. Sports coming up. Stay tuned to Nice.
And now for the latest in sports, sponsored by the following.
CK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% the Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one, CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Excellent Vincentian products.
On Friday, August 15th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $205,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it
to win it. Next Lotto jackpot, $205,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$220,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Wednesday, August 13th. It's $220,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Sports report for Wednesday, the 13th of August, 2025. In the Bayabu Football League, the game between Stubbs and Sweaters and Caesars Real Estate Parkside Boys, the game ended in favor of Stubbs Sweaters with the score being 3-0. The winning goals were scored by Josh Francois 1 and Kelly Gwiley 2. The game today would be between Walvaroo FC and Funside System 3 at 4:30 p.m. In the Southeast Football Tournament at Stubbs, One Experience versus Brighton, One Experience 2, and Brighton 2. The goals for One Experience, Dimitri Thomas and Raheem Delroy Sandy scored 2 for Brighton. Today's game is today is a rest day, and the next game is on Thursday, the 14th, between Ball Rollers versus System 3 at 4:45 p.m. In athletics, Shafika Maloney would be in the NACAC Senior Championship in the Bahamas between the 15th and the 17th of August. We wish Shafika all the best.
The weather is brought to you with the kind compliments of the following.
Operating a business these days can get really complicated. What if someone slips and falls? What if you get robbed or burglarized? What if the truck crashes and you lose everything? What if one of your employees get damaged? What if your product makes someone sick? Worry no more. Let Century Insurance protect you from those what-ifs. Century Insurance, offering employee liability, workmen compensation, public liability, cash and goods in transit, bonds, professional indemnity, contractors all risk, and more. Talk to one of our friendly agents today. Call our Kingstown office at telephone number 456-2247 or Beckway 458-3855, or contact our representative, Mr. Jason Sargent, in the Bayshore Mall in Beckway at 454-4260. Call Century Insurance today. We can protect you. Century Insurance, upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building in Kingstown.
Hennessy. Drive responsibly. Sole agent and distributors. Gonzalves Liquors. The weather is compiled at the Met Office at the AIA and brought to you compliments Hennessy and Century Insurance. At 6 a.m., the weather was cloudy and breezy with light showers. The winds northeasterly at 20 kilometers per hour or 13 miles per hour. The temperature was 27.9 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity 80%, and the barometric pressure 1012.5 millibars. The last 24 rainfall was 0.1 millimeter. Yesterday's maximum temperature 31.8 degrees Celsius, last night's minimum 25.4 degrees Celsius. Sunset today is at 6:26 p.m., sunrise tomorrow 5:52 a.m. Marine conditions, high tides, 9:32 a.m. and again at 9:21 p.m. Low tides, 4:51 p.m. Sea conditions, slight to moderate and open waters with swells 1 to 2 meters. Synopsis, weak unstable conditions are affecting the islands. The forecast for today, partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy at times with occasional isolated showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. In the region beyond, Trinidad 24 degrees and fair, Barbados 26 degrees and fair, Antigua 28 degrees and fair, San Juan, Puerto Rico 27 degrees and cloudy, Miami 28 degrees and fair, New York 23 degrees and fair, Toronto 21 degrees and cloudy, London 21 degrees and clear skies. That's the weather compiled at the Met Office at the AIA and brought to you compliments Hennessy and Century Insurance.
we would like to say that Captain Bligh XO aged rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO aged rum. World class in a glass.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Pop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. Reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch disc, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan, and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much, much more can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the difference at our showroom opposite the basketball court in Camden Park. Call us at 458-2000 or 529-2070. Visit us on Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes, when you work until the side, still can't find no food to boil. What do you tell a hungry child? Yes, when the system no create no job, what you expect get a youth we have? Them we kill people and rob. Yes, when innocent life get burned, government no show concern. So who do the people turn? Yes, when the people hustle in the street, have to run from police team. Tell me now, when I pick me, I go eat. Oh, feel like let it go, let it go. Yeah. Oh, feel like let it go, let it go. Yes. When you give guns to mama's child, I change up him whole profile. I know blood run like river Nile. Yes. Tell me how the war a going when friends killing friends. The same thing again and again. Yes. No joy can help at the end. The whole community tense. Funeral expense. Yes. Does this make any sense? It no make no sense. Mr. Man, where is your conscience? Oh, feel like letting go, letting go. Yeah. Oh, feel like letting go, letting go. Yeah. When When the big man them in the scheme, involved with a girl when you're just 13, then shut our hopes and dreams. Yes, now this girl is living in fear. She been through school for so much years, through so much sweat and tears. Yes, now our parents said she can't stay, not even another day, if she don't throw it away. Yes, to who is she gonna turn? How is she gonna earn? Tell me now, who have a show concern? Oh, feel like letting go, letting go. Yeah. Oh, feel like letting go, letting go. Yes. This is my concern. This is my concern. Yeah.
And with all those difficulties, if you are looking for a job like a junior ISI technician, you could find a job. You can call 432-9195. If you are looking for a junior ISI technician job, if you're a technical person and you have a little bit of technical training, you're looking for a junior ISI technician job, you could get one. 432-9195. Just call 432-9195. All right? All right. Remember at 8:35 around there, we would have Dr. Kishore Shallow. He would be my guest this morning. Stay tuned to Nice. Right after Dr. Stan Horn.
So me working hard, another day, another dollar. Boy, me mind the baby, yeah, the youth them all. Can't come to me find some food for them swallow. No shame face at all, yo. Me I carry gravel and mud, yo. Somebody pass me the water and let me mix up the matter. Shirts up and steel road, all the shoes it wear road. Me still now want that no, cause I know another day, another dollar. Me mind the me yeah, the youth them all. So me working hard, another day, another dollar. Me mind the yeah, the youth them all. Me can't go until me find some food for them swallow. Can't depend on nobody for the moon. Every time come me find them on the moon. Can't get up every day. I ask this man, that man, everybody feel alone. Then tell me where me would I get it from? When me want 10 somebody 10 grand. You must check me a madman. You can't collapse.
No, you're not no madman. I just want to remind persons, if you are a junior ISI technician, you're looking for a job as a junior ISI technician, you can call 432-9195. 432-9195. If you're a technical person and you want to be trained, or you are a junior ISI technician, if you have some of the knowledge about that, you can check it out. 432-9195, and you may just get a job that could take you into a different zone.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
A new name in pharmaceuticals has come to SVG, and that name is Q-Care. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality. Q-Care Pharmaceuticals, located uptown Kingstown on Halifax Street, right opposite the General Post Office. Q-Care opens Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays until 1:30. Q-Care fills your prescriptions promptly. We invite you to come in and experience the new standard in pharmaceuticals. Q-Care. Q-Care Pharmacy on Halifax Street. Call 456-2690. Fax 451-2776. Q-Care, where the Q always stands for quality.
This is What in Health Are You Doing? Produced and presented by Stan Horn, naturopath of the Rose Clare Natural Healing Clinic at Prospect, for Nice Radio for your health and social well-being. Good day, and how in the world are you? Today's word is senior issues. Aging is not so much a matter of the passage of time as it is the changes in fitness and outlook. The earliest and most obvious signs include men losing their hair and both men and women needing reading glasses, which is mainly due to the inability to focus on near objects. Disease conditions have a greater impact on how the body functions than does just aging alone. Therefore, staying fit and healthy are important for keeping the body operating as if it was still young. It is true that older people are more likely than the younger person to acquire certain disease conditions, as well as having several different health problems at the same time. More and more people are living longer, staying healthier and happier as they age. The key is to gain some level of control over your health as early in life as possible. Learning how to stay well will give you an advantage in feeling well longer. The increasing number of seniors is attributable, in part, to the growing reliance on care that emphasizes lifelong wellness, proper balanced diet, and adequate exercise. What's interesting, though, is that we're still hoping for a cure for such scourges as cancer, for which there already is, for heart disease and other conditions, and again, for which many cures already exist. However, for some, such cures may have little direct impact on the quality of their life. As you live day by day through your 70s, 80s, and well into your 90s, association doesn't mean cause. For example, between frailty and chronic inflammation, increased chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and increased blood clotting activity. Inflammatory cells are always present in the blood, but when stimulated over a long period of time, they have negative effects on many biological functions of the body. Stimulated inflammatory cells cause arthritis, contribute to the development of arteriosclerosis, chronic inflammation, and you are likely to lose muscle and bone mass. Living longer, being vigorous, and maintaining overall physical, mental, and emotional wellness means functioning at as high a level as possible, with physical and mental functioning moderately diminishing, if at all. Many older individuals are more concerned about their diet and digestion rather than about what disease may ultimately strike them down. They are more concerned about sleeping well, seeing and hearing adequately, looking good, having a reasonable, active sex life, controlling their weight, experiencing as little pain as possible, maintaining their mental acuity, not being depressed, remaining active and independent. You've been listening to What in Health Are You Doing? Produced and presented by Stan Horn, naturopath of the Rose Clay Natural Healing Clinic at Prospect. Do join me again when I bring you yet another segment of What in Health Are You Doing? For appointments, please call 784-531-1150. That's 784-531-1150. Thank you for listening, and until next time, look after yourselves, stay well, and stay safe.
Living healthily is the natural way to live, and you don't have to do it without professional advice. For general health maintenance and guidance on all other ailments, let the Rose Clay Natural Healing Clinic at Prospect help you with your diabetes, hormonal imbalances, high blood pressure, heart disease, and cancer through nutrition, acupuncture, reflexology, bio-resonant body scans, and detoxing. Your treatments are individualized and confidential and done in a safe and comfortable environment at the Rose Clay Natural Healing Clinic at Prospect. So give us a call. The new number, 784-531-1150. That's 784-531-1150. And let the Rose Clay Natural Healing Clinic help you make the necessary changes to living healthily. The new number to the Rose Clay Natural Healing Clinic at Prospect, 784-531-1150. 784-531-1150. And let us help you.
All right, well, it's 8:35. Dr. Shala will be in. He's just a little bit late. He flew into St. Vincent this morning. So he's just, he'll be a little bit late, probably 10 minutes late. So we would have him this morning. No, don't worry about that for sure. We're just waiting for him to arrive at a place where he can set up, get onto his internet and so. But I want to let you know, if you're looking for a junior technician ISI job, if you're a technical person and you can learn ISI, they will train you, they will teach you. But if you also have some ISI experience already, call 432-9195, 432-9195. You never know. You will get a job, I believe. Person is positive, so maybe several persons will be employed if they do that. Call 432-9195. You have to be technically minded. You can't just want to be able to lift up an ISI unit. You have to be able to learn some technical skills, all right? And get yourself a job. The number is 432-9195, all right? So check it out. As I tell you, Dr. Kishore Shala will be with me this morning, just that he is late because he flew into St. Vincent this morning. And I want to start my sensitization with things like this when the man Al Solomon Trotman is Reggae Wednesday in the nights, and we'll suspend all the other programming until later because we want to get Dr. Shala this morning in.
Hail to the black man while sitting on your hands in your pockets. Yeah, hey. Colonial vultures crawling, and the owners the motherland them keep snatching it piece by piece. But all is not lost. My paternal grandmother used to say, it's never too late for a shower of rain. Chop off those chains from around your brain. Pick up your arms, pull up your arms, grab up your arms and run, come.
Pick up your mental arms and run come. We got on the line Dr. Kishore Shallow. Good morning, Doc. How are you?
Good morning, Doggy. I'm good. How about you?
Nice, great, and wonderful, even when it's upside down.
Good morning to you listeners as well.
Yes, well, that was a big fan of yours, Al Solomon Trotman. He said, Al Kubalan, he said, we got to get ready for this match, huh?
Indeed, indeed.
Indeed. Now, first of all, you have to be smiling. I look at your television yesterday when West Indies won, and because the camera focused on you for a while, and you were standing there, and you were just taking it in. You were standing. How do you feel this morning, after the night after you have won?
I mean, it is great what the team was able to accomplish yesterday. I think really is a victory for the region. I spoke to the guys the night before, Coach Darren Sammy, management, and some of the players, and you felt that they really wanted it. They really wanted to. They were quite aware of the opportunity to make history and that we haven't beaten Pakistan. In fact, we couldn't believe when we got the stats that we haven't beaten Pakistan in such a long time in ODIs. And so, they were quite upbeat to just get on the field and execute and bring home a victory for the region. And, it's no secret that the teams haven't been doing very well over the last period. But I was on an interview earlier late last week, and I think on Thursday last week, and I actually mentioned that the ODI team is one of the teams that is the team actually that has been showing the most promising signs. In that, far from losing to England at home, the team has been shaping up pretty well with very solid plan from Darren Sammy. Focus on the 2027 World Cup. And so the plans have been quite stable. And just to see things kind of falling in place towards that plan, I think that was most rewarding. But overall, a tremendous victory for the entire region.
Wonderful. Well, they played two excellent games. I thought the first game we should have won if we didn't drop that crucial catch of between Gully and Toadman. It was right in his lap, and I think that caused us to lose the first ODI. Notwithstanding, they came back in the second one, and they between Graves and what's his name, Hope.
Yeah, Graves and Chase.
And Chase, sorry, who played a wonderful innings and take their time. They didn't hustle it. They just took their time and they knocked the ball around, frustrated the bowlers and brought the scores up to par, where they had a really good time playing and executing. And that is always, I've always said, patience is something that we have not been exercising for quite many years now, many years now. We go after the balls and not playing them on merit. And I saw that in that second game. And I was hoping, but yesterday's game was really a well-executed game. The bowling was tight. The fielders were, very alert. So I think a lot of pressure came on Pakistan at that time. I didn't expect them to fall that badly, but I expected us to win the game, especially putting up the 294. I thought that was remarkable. What I found very heartening is the interview with Sammy on the field with the commentators.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to hear that interview.
Yes, yeah. I actually saw you taking out photos behind when he was doing his interview. He was very, his humility was very, very well received. He didn't brag. He spoke to the shortcomings. He spoke to how he felt, what we need to do, and how that we could, pursue that, and moving on to the next situation that will confront us as a region. So
Yeah,
I hope,
I think you see when you sit down, and I have said this before, when you're an administrator or you're involved as Darren Sammy is, you get a 360 view of what is taking place, and you know that it is not an easy task. It is in some cases it's quite daunting actually, but one has to be true to the reality. There's this famous author on, certainly in the field of management, Peter Drucker. And if I may quote him, he said that a time of turbulence is a dangerous time, but its greatest danger is a temptation to deny reality. Right? And what I'm saying there, Doggy, is that if we don't accept our reality in those deficiencies that I've echoed over and over, we are not going to achieve the level of success that we could, right? We know we always have tremendous athletes, extremely talented cricketers, and in other sports, we know we have never been short of raw talent. However, if we don't put the necessary infrastructure, the systems in place, and if we don't collaborate as a region, we are not going to achieve our true potential. And even with success like we have achieved yesterday, we have enjoyed some of these over the last few years, but we are not going to be able to be consistent. And so, which is why you won't find me, you know, celebrating these moments as most people would expect, because I know the what is ahead of us. I understand our reality, and I've accepted our reality, and I'm calling on our people, even in while we, in a celebratory mode somewhat, that we actually pause to realize the task at hand, in that we have to put systems in place. We have to dedicate resources to our infrastructure, because the truth is, we know that West Indies cricket is probably the only thing that unites us as a region. And so when we win like we did yesterday, the entire region celebrates. Right? There's nothing else that gets us together like cricket. And it is really, it is, I mean, it should be prioritized to ensure that if we want to strengthen our regional integration, we have to ensure that cricket is successful. And how we do that? The very bottom line is accept our reality, accept where we are, accept what we need to do, and then work collaboratively to get it done.
certainly, and it's amazing. And my chat with you this morning is twofold. One, I wanted to celebrate the cricket, but in a sober way, as we are doing now. But what was amazing, and the other part was your political movement that I want to get into. But and so I'm fighting hard not to commingle and conflate the two issues right now beforehand. So from a straight cricketing perspective, we have been speaking for a long time about the development of cricket that is not at the point where we are at now in West Indies cricket, but West Indies cricket through the feeder bands. And that only could come through the school system, the proper infrastructure in place, but the government's commitment towards having sports in general, and more so cricket as a unification body, to deal with it in a serious manner, and not just to me as a kind of play kind of game where you just jostle for political favors and put money there, just not certain whether or not that is what you really want to do and how you're going to do this. We don't have club cricket playing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have no 2-day matches played, far less a 4-day match. How could we develop resilience? Some people saying that Cricket West Indies are supposed um, to develop school cricket. I said, but that is impossible. That's government's responsibility. How you see the future if we really have to get the kind of athletes to compete with the amount of cricket that is being played right now?
It is critical that we address the national sports, sports as a national level, especially for cricket. Yes, you play as a region, but nationally, if the talent don't come from there, if it reach even to if the talent reaches the original level with deficiencies, then it is harder for Cricket West Indies, and that is the challenge. One of the main challenges that we face. That by the time players get to our level, it's too late to really resolve some of the deficiencies that they come with, and so we see them underperforming at the international level. So what we need to do robust, a very nationally. But I will tell you, Dougie, from my experience as the president of SPG Cricket Association, the support that you get from government, and I'm speaking in the context of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right? Because there are other countries that have great investment, like Trinidad and Tobago, they invest heavily in sports. Barbados invest heavily in sports. But in our context, we simply do not invest enough in sports. Certainly, I could speak for cricket. For my 6 years as president, I could tell you that every year, the National Lotteries Authority contributes $50,000, and they have been doing so, like I think I mentioned this before, for probably the last 15, 20 years, the same $50,000, right? Now, if you understand sports, if you understand a sport like cricket, where they have a national under 15 team, they have a national under 19 team, you have senior teams for both male and female participating in Windward Islands tournament. One of those tournaments costs nearly no less than $50,000. One of those tournaments to participate in. And there are times it could go up to even $100,000, especially if you host them. How can an organization survive? Right? Fortunately, during my time, I mean, we hosted a couple regional tournaments, and then we made a deliberate effort to position us in a very competitive way to host regional games. Hence, we had the West Indies Under 19 tournament here in St. Vincent for about 4 or 5 years. And so we generated some revenue from that. Then we established the VPL, which helped us again to generate more revenue. And so we were able to generate some money, some resources, some funds that we were able to invest in preparing national teams. But it is not enough to invest in the national cricket, meaning your club cricket and schools cricket. The SVG Cricket Association certainly cannot afford to invest in schools cricket. It is just beyond the organization's budget. I know since then the organization has been struggling. I mean, we worked some miracle in that it was a promising few years when I was there, and we got up to a surplus of over $1 million. But I can't speak to what has happened then in terms of making contribution during that time as well, because you would be aware that a barrier to cricket is cricket gears. Cricket gears is they're just ridiculously expensive. And so how do you expect the average parent who could barely survive at the end of the month, right? Um, to afford cricket gears for their kids? And so the Cricket Association during my time, I know we would have invested and give cricket gears and assistance to parents. And in fact, 1 year we actually honored at least 5 athletes, not only in cricket, because we were trying to show that even though we are in cricket, let us encourage and advocate for sports nationally. And so these are some of the things we did, but it is quite difficult to do all this without proper purposeful support from the government. And that is what I believe is lacking, certainly here in St. Vincent and Grenadines with regards to the contribution to cricket. And I suspect that if we have a broader look and support from CARICOM itself, right? Where maybe they mandate each of the governments to at least make certain contribution or play certain roles, then I think we'll certainly see more favorable returns at Cricket West Indies level.
Yes. If I give some comparison, I don't want to give the wrong figure, so I will give an approximate. Recently, Grenada's government, the Grenada Prime Minister announced that he's going to put $1.5 million for gays for the schools. St. Lucia government recently, I think, put about $2.5 million for gays, cricket gays for the schools. With all the pressure and the criticism leveled here at our own government, where we continue to speak about the school development cricket and getting it so that people start moving from the schools into the club cricket and revive that situation. The Prime Minister here said that he's going to put $25,000 after this emancipation thing. He made some announcement because pressure was coming on him. And to relieve some of the pressure valve, I think that he announced the issue about school cricket. He's going to put $25,000. You think $25,000 can really buy the gears for 60 schools?
Yeah, Dougie, the very truth is, I really am not in the mood to speak about the Prime Minister this morning because I mean, we know it's ridiculous. So I'm not even gonna channel my energy there to speak about the Prime Minister trying to mama guide intentions. But all I would say is that we just simply need to do better by sport. We need to be genuine and we need to understand the potential there, the potential to develop athletes who could become independent and generate revenues for themselves, for their communities, for their families. We need to be able to give athletes the opportunities so that they could be, they could have alternatives as opposed to going to crime, right? We by giving athletes great opportunities, even they all don't go on and represent St. Vincent and Grenadines, Windwards, or West Indies, they will be healthier. So it will be less burden on our healthcare system. So it is a no-brainer. I cannot understand why we don't appreciate sports. Recently, we heard this finally start getting an appreciation for sports tourism. That is another massive opportunity we have lost over the years. So what I believe, well, my focus certainly is that is helping the New Democratic Party to win government so we could actually put these things right and afford Vincentians the opportunity to do better when it comes to sports. So that's my energy right now, Doug, as opposed to focus on a failed establishment in Unity Labour Party and Prime Minister.
Well, you bring you catapult me before I gonna ask you what's next. Well, let's before we go to that part, what's next for West Indies cricket? Where are we going to next?
We obviously we have CPL now, Caribbean Premier League. I that I have I have an event tomorrow in Peter Bidell, and I plan to touch on that CPL because there are opportunities missing the past for St. Vincent and Grenadines. So all of a sudden, people want to attract CPL team here again. I mean, total joke. But we have CPL now for about a month, and then we West Indies team. The men's have some games in Dubai against Nepal and Bangladesh, India. Not maybe in that order, but quite a lot of cricket to be played before the end of the year. We go to New Zealand as well for a three-format series. So but we don't have any more home series this year. So it was really fitting to end our home season, and that winning note yesterday. So really, really happy for that. But now we focus on you know, playing some CPL cricket, preparing for those white ball cricket. And obviously we have February next year, we have the World Cup, the T20 World Cup. So a lot of focus going to be on preparing for that with these next.
Okay. Your audio wobbled a little bit there, but it's okay. So now I go into the politics, the politics of cricket, the politics of Kishore Shallow. Listen to me. CPL, structurally, what is CPL to CWI?
CPL is an independent organization. However, we do own a very small potential percentage of CPL, and of course, we issue them the license for to host the event. So that is we have a established partnership, um, but they are a private entity that runs all the T20 cricket in the Caribbean. They own the rights, really, so to speak, for all the T20
What's it,
tournaments in the
what
Caribbean.
what's the percentage stake that CWI has in CPL?
We currently own 5%, but we are in negotiations to increase the equity. So
All right.
we're trying to renegotiate that.
And VPL is owned by Cricket St. Vincent Cricket Association.
As with the Cricket Association, correct.
Okay. All right.
Full
So we want to
ownership.
establish that. So when we hear people talking foolishness, and remember, I'm speaking in the political realm now. I came out of
Okay.
the mode. So anything that I speak now is to establish some political groundwork. Now, we are hearing now that St. Vincent and the Grenadines government is saying, oh, they want to franchise a CPL franchise in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. What's your take on that?
CPL.
I'm missing you. I'm missing your audio.
The country.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, hold on a minute. I think your audio went, so you have to go back.
Okay, is it better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, so I was saying that CPL will bring tremendous value to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I think that it is a wonderful opportunity for us. You know, Vincentians absolutely love cricket. And just the whole model of the CPL where it promotes the countries, I think it would benefit us greatly, certainly from a sports tourism perspective. What it has done also for other countries, it has of local players for the team just to build that home base. So St. Lucia would have benefited from that. You see people like their Scott and others, Akeem Agis and those guys getting opportunities for to play CPL simply because they are not saying that they're not good enough to play in the other franchise, but automatically they get that opportunity. So those are the things that we have missed over the years. But Dougie, the reality is, and this is where I speak frankly. We about 6, 7 years ago, there was a gentleman who came to St. Vincent to bring a CPL team here, and he brought a proposition. I thought it was very comprehensive because he liaised with me at the time I was the president of the Ipswich Cricket Association. And it was refused. It was rejected by the government, by the prime minister, saying that they didn't believe that the investment was worth it. Only about 2, 3 years ago, probably 2 years ago actually, not the last VPL, the edition 4, sorry, VPL. We actually brought before the Talawas moved to Antigua, they actually explored coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a franchise because we knew that the Talawas that the owners wanted to move from um from Jamaica because they weren't enjoying the support there from the government. That is because the government of Jamaica at the time thought, well, their tourism product didn't need cricket. And so they weren't investing in cricket at all, at least not in any meaningful, substantial, or significant way. So the franchise, through me, reached out and asked if the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines would be interested in thing, and they're quite keen to move here. I actually invited them, Dougie, to the VPL finals, right? Shivner and Shanda Paul at the time was the coach. I don't know if you recall when Shivner and Shanda Paul came to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for VPL final when he actually played in an
Mm.
exhibition match.
Remember.
That was part of the reason why he came to St. Vincent because he was the coach of the Tala Wars. Remember, they won. It was him and another gentleman brought them to St. Vincent. They would have spoken to the authority here, including the Prime Minister, expressing or confirming their interests. And again, it was a no, right? It was actually me who sort of socialized them and introduced them to the thought that Antigua and Barbuda was also interested in a franchise. And that is how they took the same proposal to the government of Antigua and Barbuda, hence the Antigua Falcons that it is now, right? So we missed opportunities before, and I know of at least one other um individual who tried to bring CPL here before as well, and it was turned down by the same prime minister. So to come around now, just mere weeks away from elections, and say, well, we're looking to bring a CPL franchise here. I mean, it has taken people for fool, and
So,
that
you,
is
so,
my
so, so you would say it's a political opportunistic movement because of what has taken place recently with your entry into politics and you being head of Cricket West Indies and the whole saga with CPL and CW and Emancipation Cricket. You think, I believe, and I ask if you share the same sentiments that I share, that is just a political opportunistic move. You there? If you, okay. Dr. Shallow dropped out there, so we are waiting for him to come back in because apparently a little bit of internet issues there. I'm speaking to Dr. Kishore Shallow this morning after the West Indies win, but more so we into his political part, so he's dropping back in. Okay,
sorry, doggy.
right. Well, I got you back in now. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. So,
I heard your question about if it's politically motivated, and I mean, if we are to be objective, by now we would have concluded that practically every decision by this government has been politically motivated. It is the at least core of every major decision made by this government. Some may even argue that it is more than you know major decisions. It was all decisions. But the only reason why it is surfacing again, it's just that, just like how the Emancipation Cricket Festival, um, it was purely politically motivated. And my issue with these sort of decisions is not that they're not good for the people or good for the country, because I mean I would not say it by any stretch of the imagination that the cricket festival wasn't good for sports and cricket, certainly, right? But why it has to be done only, on the eve of elections? Why have our people suffering of these opportunities throughout the course of the term, and then just last minute you find resources, you prioritize resources just so you could score some political points? It is unfair to the people. It is absolutely ridiculous and poor governance and utilization of our resources. So that is the frustration that not only I have as of intention, but that many other intentions share. And we must demand better. We must demand more.
because the same thing goes to the CPL. You now want a franchise, which you said was not feasible, and all of a sudden you find money for Emancipation Weekend cricket, and then now you want a VPL, not VPL, CPL, and you couldn't find the monies before, but as you said, election year. But that was made. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Now, you know, as head of Cricket West Indies, I want to tell you that I made a comment this morning based on Candyman. I don't know what he's sucking on. I asked the question. He's sucking on something I don't know. He said on Bing that he spoke to what's his name, Puran and Narayan. And the reason why Puran and Narayan not playing for West Indies because they fed up with you. They can't work with you. What's to those effect? I'm paraphrasing. Now on Mason and Guest, someone was asked a question. Some authority there in cricket, I can't remember the name, and it was asked about the issue of Puran and more so Puran than Narayan. And he said that the reason Puran said is that he is going after the money of the IPL, and so his focus now is not West Indies cricket, but on the franchise cricket where he makes millions. So here is Candyman in his politics, trying to belittle you through the belief that they could bamboozle people and sound all so truthful when they are just packing up themselves with a whole heap of lies. And we all know the history of why Narayan is not in West Indies cricket. We know it. So how could a man who's supposed to be representing a government and a prime minister can lie like that? What's your take on that?
Candyman is just doing the job that he's paid to do. All right. I hold nothing against Candyman. I mean, yes, some people principles are different. Some people would take a principle stand and decide that they're not doing certain things regardless of what remuneration they get. But then there are naturally others who are not like that. Candyman is certainly not like that. You know, he would throw the principles out the window and do whatever it takes to collect a paycheck. So that is his decision, and I leave him with that. But with regards to Nicholas Puran. And well, Narayan stopped playing international cricket long before I was probably even vice president. I can't remember if I was vice president then when he stopped playing. But I think it was before that. He hasn't played really much cricket since we won the World Cup in 2016 thereabout. And it's because he has gone through a lot of remedial work with his bowling action and all of that. But Narayan is a wonderful guy, very much committed to cricket. Because I would tell you that not a club cricket would play in Trinidad and Tobago with Narayan Day on the ground and he doesn't play. Even he would fly in today from international duties or whether it's IPL or any other way, any other place, and he would go straight to a club cricket match. You know, he loves cricket like that. But because of the risk of calling, because they called him a few times for throwing, I just don't think that he wanted to run the risk of being banned from cricket altogether, which I could appreciate. With regards to Puran and I have a very good relationship. Um, I am one of the first persons that he reached out to before he made the decision. And, you know, I asked him exactly why he made the decision. And he explained to me, I mean, there are some things that he said that I won't repeat, but it's nothing personal, you know, certainly not against the Cricket West Indies board. It was by and large mostly that, you know, at this time of his career, he wants to focus on generating significant revenue from playing in the leagues. He had some opportunities that would have conflicted with international cricket. And also, he has a young family and he wanted to spend more time with his family. Those are the reasons he gave. I asked him if he had considered it thoroughly, and if he and he told me, well, yeah, he has given us enough talk and thought. And you know, listen, because he has reached out to me before for advice. So once we got to that stage, and I knew that he had thought it through well, and you know, it wasn't about fighting. I just told him, but if that is the case, then I would support his decision. And we maintain a very cordial relationship up to this day. So I don't understand. But again, when you're paid to peddle all kind of narratives, you know, you just do that, and that is candy money for you. So, but we are at a very good point, I would say with communication and availability and commitment of players. We spoke to the players when they were in Florida recently, 2 weekends ago. We had a very good meeting with the team and just talking, getting their appreciation or their perspectives and telling them that of the need to be committed to West Indies cricket because it have to socialize them to the fact that without West Indies cricket, they won't be who they are. Without the investment we made in players from grassroots to them getting to the international level, they would not have been the superstars they are playing in IPL and other leagues. So it's to get them to appreciate that. And in addition to that, we want them to fully understand, to fully comprehend the value of West Indies cricket to the people of the Caribbean and the region on a whole itself. So I think by and large we are getting that across. There's great appreciation following the conversations we have had, and there's a level of commitment. But we have to also accept that at the end of the day, a sportsman and sportswoman career is fairly short. And where there are opportunities for them to earn, they would want to go and earn for their family. Because when they're in retirement, what are they going to do then? So they have to try and optimize their talent, monetize the talent as much as possible while playing. And so that is why we have to strike a balance between them being available for international cricket and them playing league. And we're not going to get every last one of them to stick around in international cricket until they're 35. That is just the reality. West Indies is not the only country that is, facing that challenge. We have South Africa, we have New Zealand, Sri Lanka, and these places, people are retiring younger. So it's just something we're going to have to address heads on, and it's not something we could run away from.
What about getting more test matches so we can have a little more resilience and to get batsmen be able to stick it down when it's necessary?
In the ideal world, yes, we could play a bit more test cricket, but I don't think one of the realities that we have to accept again is what the consumers want. I recall participating in a forum, in a cricket forum. It was called Cricket Global Cricket Connect at Lords a few months ago, Lords in England. And this is where pretty much the cricket minds came together from different sectors of you have the commercial side, you have the cricket administrators, you had some former players like Sangakkara, um, and a few others were there. And we were Graham Smith and all those guys, and we were just talking about, where we are, what's the current status of cricket, and how we going to advance. And while we are all very passionate, to those involved and some fans are very much passionate about Test cricket, a question was asked of us: is that what the consumers really want? And the very truth is, the majority of consumers, they don't necessarily want more cricket, more Test cricket. What they want is more competitive Test cricket. Test cricket that will be in jeopardy. Meaning, when we say jeopardy, cricket that you're on the edge of your seat right down to the last day. And so we have to find a way now to ensure that we play, because if you don't want to dilute Test cricket, so you want to play enough cricket that the guys they would always be competitive. And you could live off Test cricket, meaning if those specialists who only play Test cricket, they could gain, substantially, they could be remunerated substantially so that they could just focus on Test cricket. But at the same time, you have to be mindful that the consumers really want T20 cricket. And we then have to use that as one introductory to cricket, to the global game, use it to expand cricket across the globe, and use it to finance even Test cricket, because you generate more money from T20 cricket now than you would from Test cricket. So it's about striking the balance, Dougie. And I like I said, ideally you want probably a couple more series per year, but it is unlikely to happen anytime soon.
I hear you. Considering your manifold experience now of having where you were from St. Vincent cricket into Cricket West Indies, have to go through the rigors of getting all the new constitution, negotiating within the internal cricket politics, and having the confidence of a lot of CARICOM, the regional persons supporting you, where you end up being elected unopposed after all of those rigors that I just spoke about there, which I can't go into the details. How would you see, can you give confidence to the political electorate here on the ground that, and national and North Leeward focus, how can you give confidence that this manifold experience that you have now can relate back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, developing your constituency and also within the framework of the national politics?
Yeah, Dougie, my biggest challenge to become the president of Cricket West Indies was being from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That is the reality. All right, let me repeat that for you. My biggest challenge of becoming the president of Cricket West Indies was because I'm a Vincentian. Right? In that the campaign that launched against me was that I was from a small island. I think it is difficult to discount that. Some people may find it difficult to even comprehend how in 2025 that could actually be a factor. Right? And so the point is you don't get to be the president of Cricket West Indies out of intention by a favor. It has to be because of performance. I have served as SVG Cricket Association president, Wayne Islands president, and at both levels, it's because I demonstrated results that the people across the region, could actually associate themselves with that they realize that and understand the value that I bring to cricket administration and sports administration. And when I speak there, right, the level of respect based on my work, it is recognizable. And so there are people involved in cricket who realize that they accept and they understand the challenges that they're deep rooted challenges, systematic challenges that would not be overcome um in one term overnight. And so although they're obviously because of the passion for West Indies cricket, when we lose, they're obviously going to criticize. When you make drastic changes like the selection system we have now compared to what it used to be, you're going to face resistance. But it is because of my understanding, right, of the cricket landscape. Why we do that, and what one of the things that I've done from the very start, and this is just my approach generally with it has to be collaborative work. So you would never see me, projecting myself as the individual who is responsible for everything West Indies cricket because I believe in teamwork. So we have a solid team. We have a new CEO which we brought on board. We have a director of cricket, Miles Bascom Vincentian, who is exceptional. I mean, a cricket scientist in his own right. And we have other people from across the region who we have brought on board and who are executing and in alignment to excellence because that is what we demand. And so when you look out from St. Vincent, you look that somebody is achieving these things originally, though these success are coming slowly and inconsistently. If you're sober minded and your objective, you must realize that, well, if this person could achieve this originally, what could be done nationally? And I've heard some noises about, whether from different people, of course, about what was done for St. Vincent Grenades when I was president of Cricket Association. Hey, the records are there to show for itself. The records are there that with the limitations that they exist with regards to limited support from the government, we executed women's cricket. We executed red ball, meaning two-day cricket, one-day cricket. We started the VPL, which is very successful. We contributed to the social aspect development of people by giving different programs. 1 year we even made a small contribution to the Zero Hunger Funds program, right? Those are the things that we did while we were present. And I didn't do it again by myself. It was because of the same as Bascom, who was the Dr. Dennis Byam, Samuel Holder, Clayton Bonnet, Samantha Lynch, and all of them. Some of them obviously I miss, but generally and all these guys, we have all contributed to cricket. So my approach generally, and which is the very same thing with the New Democratic Party, I am just a member of a team and you could only achieve so much by yourself, but together as a team, the potential are far greater. So it's just a matter, and people listen, when people who want to know, people who not just simply partisan, they understand the achievement that I've been able to make originally being in cricket and so on. But I naturally, doggy, the politics, at times clouds our judgment, and it in fact, in most times, it kind of leads people decision making. And so I just accept that criticism are going to come, but by and large, I think we have done enough, myself, along with others who have worked with me in cricket and sports, that people see the record as they are, because they're right there for everyone to see.
So we're hoping to see a translation into North Leeward. Now I come to North Leeward, I tell you this: you have constituents down there that celebrating birthdays today. I want to let you know where, because you're traveling so much. Shelly Ann Simmons, down in Spring Village. Spring Village, my people, Remember, maybe I had to come down and run against you there. Spring Village, good morning. Shelly Ann Simmons down there celebrating today, and you're
She might simulate to this morning. I'm not sure if
eh,
she's not celebrating elsewhere, but yeah,
but
gonna be in. Yeah,
you know who's celebrating today?
tell me.
Connie's 80 today.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you better make
She
sure.
batting well. She batting well.
Connie's celebrating 18 today, so I'm well entrenched in the North Leeward constituency, so I know what's happening down there. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to highlight you on that. I know you've been busy up and down, but in the other parts of it, because politics is about people and how well people see you, and see your capacity to translate all that you have experienced into North Leeward and in the national politics. The issue of I said in a commentary the other day that the infrastructure is not only physical, but it's also the mental infrastructure that we have to deal with. The confidence now. I know that you're working. You've been in the constituency as much as you can, and you're having an event tomorrow evening. Tell us more about
Yeah. Your doggy, one thing about me, want to say I make a commitment to a task. I give it my all. And so before I decided to embark on this venture, this political venture, and to serve the people of North Leeward in politics, um, I would have considered my workload. I would have considered my traveling and my current role at Cricket West News. And it's only because I knew and accepted that I'll be able to manage the responsibilities that come with both, that I decided, yes, I'm going to go into this this electoral process and campaign on behalf of the NDP, because I would not want to compromise the standards and that I hold for myself, which is excellence. And so the point I'm making there is that even throughout my travels for Cricket West News duties, I make it my business to be in North Leeward at least 3 times a week, right? Interacting with people. The only I could count on one hand how many times I haven't been able to do that because of very far travel where I've been out for an entire week, but I seldom out for more than 2 3 days for any week. So I am there, and the people of North Leeward, they could tell you. I mean, let me just give you an idea, Dougie. And I was in North Leeward on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right? I traveled Sunday evening. I'm back here in St. Vincent currently speaking to you, and I could guarantee I'm in North Leeward again today. And tomorrow I'm there again. So I am in no way shortchanging the people, as opposed to, and this is why I can't understand, because I do all of this because of my own commitment. So, but when you have a minister who is employed by the people, and you know he could barely find himself there. I really can't comprehend that, right? But I challenge anyone who may suggest that I am too consumed with Cricket West News duties so I can't. So I will ask them to compare my presence in North Leeward with the current MP from North Leeward, you know. And I could tell you that that would only increase in terms of my presence and my ability to serve them. right, in coming months, certainly after they elect me as their area representative. But we are working closely with the people because critically is to hear from the people what they want, to hear from them how we could improve their lives. And, it's quite interesting having exchanges with some of these people because one thing you can't do is go and think that you know everything and just impose everything on people. You have to really hear them and listen to them. And I think a strength of mine is actually listening.
Well,
And
I
so,
got reports very often, and a person up there in Rose Hall did call me after he heard me speaking, and said to me, he said, Dougie, I must admit, kind of borderline right now. I said, well, just step over the line. He said that you are a good listener. And I think a lot of people need that, especially with the difficult times that we are going through as a nation.
well, you see, the thing is, you can't sit down on top of your high horses or in the clouds and think that everything is good and everyone is, this is what you need to do for people without hearing from them. There are very basic needs that people don't have, they can't meet, right? Um, there's some very small fixes. So, for example, when you go to Chateaubriand and you sit on the block, with the guys, the young men and couple of women from time to time, and they could point to you and tell you, look, the jetty there's nothing for people to climb up on the jetty, right? A little stairs, some steps would greatly, help people there. I mean, a little thing like that. If you don't go and immerse yourself in the community, you miss those things. That would not cost the government $1,000, right? To get done, Dougie. But the value that would do, the value that would bring for the people of North Leeward with the yachties coming in, or the children who want to come and just jump off the wharf on the weekend and have a swim, the value that could bring to them is absolutely tremendous. But because you're not communicating with the people, you don't know that. And that is why the one in Cumberland went up because of months and probably years of neglect to listen to the people. And there are so many other ideas that when you speak to the man or the woman on the block, they will tell you do this. Last week I was there, I think was it Friday or Saturday? I can't remember which day. It could actually be Sunday. Sunday was actually Sunday gone. I was in Peterborough, and it just, hit me by just speaking to a few individuals there that there's absolutely no bus stop in Peterborough, right? They had a little shed there that was built by some locals, and that allowed school children and so on to shelter when it was raining while they were waiting on buses. But currently, there's absolutely no school bus no bus stop in Peterborough. So these little things, you have to go and speak to the people to understand what are the challenges they have, what ideas they have that could improve their daily lives. And that is what I've been doing, going to the people, meeting them. You obviously can't meet everyone at the same time. So it takes time and not people, as you know, is you know what I mean, in our little context here is the biggest landmass for any of the constituencies. But I am taking my time going around and meeting the people. I enjoy the exchanges that we have. Every now and then, we meet because I don't only go to people who I know support NDP. And I've had some very good conversations with people who in the past have supported ULP. Some of them tell you very frankly that boy, they come and meet their people supporting ULP, so it's difficult to change. But you could tell that they're not, they haven't voted for them in recent years, recent elections because of any performance. It was just out of blind loyalty. Where there are others who have clearly said that, listen, I have voted ULP in the past, but I cannot bring myself to doing that again because the country needs a change. And so this is why, the approach, and I think I do when I speak to my colleagues, my other NDP candidates, that is what I've heard from them as well. I was in Maracua last week with Philip because like I said earlier, it is about teamwork. So it is not just about solving North Leeward or trying to, be in North Leeward only. It's working with my colleagues as well because we have to We have to win the entire campaign, entire election. So I was in Morocco last week with Philip Jackson, and what a wonderful time we had. Philip, I don't know if it's because I was coming, but he chose an era which is known to be a hardcore Labour Party support base. And the reception there, Dougie, was, I mean, it was incredible. People are really, I mean, they're keen for change. They're keen for change. And so this is the general approach of the NDP candidates. Regardless of who you have supported in the past, we are coming to you, we are speaking to you. Tell us what are the challenges you have. Tell us how we could improve your life. And, we give you our commitment that we are going to try our utmost to address these issues for it. It's very similar to Conroy Huggins in Central Leeward. I've had the time to go with him in Bookament, and it's the very same thing. So this is about meeting the people, Dougie. That is, I think, is fundamental, and just listen to the people, because at the end of the day, I could speak for myself and my colleagues in the NDP that we are only here to serve the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Okay. All right. The how would okay. I just responded to something. I just responded to something there before I continue. Okay. Now the how could you assure people that your whole global perspective and experiences, that you could truly make a big difference for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to make the lives of people better?
One of the things I enjoy most about traveling is actually identifying opportunities that we could adopt here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I recall going to Australia, Tasmania, which is a very small island of main Australia. And so I could relate, to Tasmania in our Vincentian context, meaning they they rely on tourism, they rely on agriculture. And there was some just very, you know, small but critical things that we could adapt from a place like Tasmania to improve both of those sectors here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. I went to Singapore a couple weeks ago. Very same thing. Singapore, I mean, is a small country as well, right? Relatively to the rest of the world, but as tremendous success. I've studied in that period how they have transformed their economy to being one of the leading economies in the world. These are things, best practices that we could adopt here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to transform our country. And so that is what I've gained from being out there, as well as, building a good reputation. When I go, again, I'm an ambassador for my country. So I sensitize people. I remember taking a taxi while I was in Singapore. And this is a true story, doggy. This was literally 2 to 3 weeks ago. I was in Singapore. Singapore, as you know, is far from here. I went to London, and from London to Singapore is 14 hours because it's close to Australia, won't it? So you know how far it is. So I went in a Uber taxi, and he started to engage me, asked me where I'm from, and I said St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and he said, okay, where is that? And I said the Caribbean, and he asked me where is the Caribbean. He didn't have a clue where was the Caribbean, right? And so I took the opportunity to explain to him. And so by the end of the conversation, he'd be like, yeah, it'd be great to actually come out to the Caribbean and, come to places like St. Vincent. And so every opportunity I have as an ambassador, I actually sensitize people about St. Vincent, the wonderful people we have here, and the great potential we have as a country. And when I finish speaking to them, dog, they feel as though St. Vincent's paradise, the best place on earth. You know, Although I know our challenges here, because one thing I don't ever do is go out of St. Vincent and speak ill of our country. So, there are those opportunities and relationships that I've built that I am quite certain that I'll be able to help implement and adopt here in our country. And I suspect that is something that could be done in relatively quick time once we are elected come end of the year as well.
Well, I want to wish you all the best. So, what is happening now? Let's focus now because we're kind of out of time, but let's focus on what's happening tomorrow night.
It's a major event in Peterborough, another meeting with some of my colleagues are going to be there. We're just going to go out and reason with the people, talk to them about our policies, talk to them about our plans that we are going to implement, and just sensitize them. And though we are there in Pittsburgh, we speak to the entire nation because we are streaming everything live. Thanks to you as well, Doggy. You carry our events as well on Nice Radio. So those who can't make it to the event, they tune in and they don't miss the message. But it's another event. My events, similar to the others I've been to. It's high energy, good entertainment. And I know the people of Peterborough, they've been anticipating it as well. Not leaving, I expect them to come out in the numbers tomorrow. And I'll let out a little secret, Doggy. Tomorrow I I think I'm taking a gift for Wani. I think I have a gift that I want to present to Wani. You know who Wani is, right? They don't call his name, but I have an idea who Wani is.
I have an idea,
I
yeah.
am going to take a gift and for Wani tomorrow at the event in Peterborough.
All right.
So it'll be quite interesting to see what that gift is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be an exciting night in Peterborough. Yeah, we expect a very good turnout, high energy as usual, and some great messaging from our platform.
God bless. Thank you very much, Doc, for being here this morning. And
Thanks, Doggy.
congrats again. All right. And
Yes,
you
man.
look forward to tomorrow. And don't forget Cornice, she'll hang you,
Happy birthday, happy
All
birthday.
right.
But continue blessings to you and the listeners. Take care, man.
Okay, God bless, man. All right.